I'm Brody Kosira, and welcome to Viking Field on PC3 Media as we are live in the booth. I'm joined with Johnny Clumpy and Devin Alsman as the Valparaiso Vikings host the Michigan City Wolverines tonight. It's a great night, and two teams that are 1-0 in conference play. Valpo 1-2 to start the season. Michigan City 2-1, looking to knock off Valpo here.
Yeah, Michigan City, obviously the team with a better record coming into tonight. Valpo got their first win of the season last week over LaPorte, but it was in blowout fashion with the win being 28-0, and we'll get a little bit more in depth on that later. Michigan City beating Chesterton 30-13 last week, and those are these two teams coming into tonight.
And let's take a look at our previous matchup here with Valpo. They played LaPorte last week. They got the win 28-0. Valpo had double the amount of yards that LaPorte had in that game. LaPorte only had 20 passing yards, so if you only have 20 passing yards in the game, it's not looking too good for you. But you have the floor.
The Valpo defense, the secondary that had been questionable through the first two games was a lot better. A couple of pass deflections, and some new faces have been rotating in. They looked a lot better last week, but LaPorte also did not do themselves any favors. Valpo was able to get out to an early lead via a dropped kickoff on the first kickoff of the game. Valpo recovered the fumble, started on the 20-ish yard line of LaPorte, was able to easily score, and then later in the game, the punter for LaPorte didn't catch the ball, causing a fumble where he had to just try to run for it, went out of bounds at the 21-yard line, gave Valpo another possession starting in the red zone, basically. So LaPorte made it very easy for Valpo last week. It was a good get-back-on-track win for the Valparaiso Vikings, but tonight is a true test versus the Michigan City Wolves.
Mm-hmm. And let's go see what Coach Marshall had to say about that previous game.
Can we hear it?
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Coach's Corner from PC3 Sports. I'm your host, Gianna Zikos, and as always, I'm joined by Valparaiso Vikings head coach, Mr. Bill Marshall. Welcome back, Coach.
Thanks, Gianna. Looking forward to it after a couple weeks on the road.
It has been a couple
I have
weeks.
the screenshot.
How are you feeling about this season so far?
You know what?
Dude,
we're cautiously
you don't miss
optimistic. I think the big thing for us in
Dude.
knowing our first two opponents in Penn and Brother Rice is we were capable of winning the Penn game, and in the Brother Rice game, I think that we gave them a little bit more than what they thought we were going to be capable of. So we came away with some
Devin,
good.
do you see this on my
Obviously,
show?
still a lot of things to work on this early in the season, but
Yeah.
I know I'm sure segueing you into the Laporte questions, but it was good to go ahead and cap off a victory like that too.
Yeah, that's really good. So through the first three games, we've seen
Surf
some
Media.
ups and downs with the offense.
Or Surf Internet.
What is the plan to get more
No.
consistency from them?
So this week
All right.
has
When
all
we get
been
back-
about their consistency. And it's just the small little everyday details, showing up for practice, having the right mentality, not settling for being average. And so really honing in on those things. And, every time the pads come on, they're one day shorter to the end of their season. So kind of putting those things into perspective for them and letting them lead through our captains on the offensive side, specifically Kellen and Caleb.
Yeah. So with the success from last week versus LaPorte, how will you carry the momentum into tonight's Patriot night?
Yeah, for our defense, anytime you can pitch a shutout against a very good football team like LaPorte, it gives you a lot of momentum. And then being able to go ahead and do some things with some guys getting healthier on the defensive side of the ball this week. We're looking forward to another great showing from them. Offensively, like as you mentioned earlier, it's just a matter of consistency. Being able to go ahead and sustain drives, very similar to the drive coming out of the second half. We had 18 plays for 8.5 minutes, and we ended up scoring a touchdown. So controlling the clock, not having those self-defeating type of drives where penalties and things like that will set us behind the chains.
The defense seemed to turn a bit of a corner against the Slicers. Can we expect more of that from tonight against the Wolves?
Absolutely. I think it's been a change in our practice routine. This is the first time in several years where we've actually been live contact during the week. So our defense is getting a lot of chances to own in on their tackling capabilities, and I think it's paying off for us come Friday nights.
We saw last year Austin McKenzie helping to revitalize your offense, but now this year a new face has appeared, Chase Lovick. What has led to his improved productivity this season?
I think it's his maturity, being able to go ahead and play several positions. He's playing the Z, the Y, the X, all different offensive receiver positions for us. But I also think it's to Kellen's credit is that he's able to go ahead and not just focus in on one receiver anymore. He now has the ability to get the ball spread out to several people. I mean, Sam Vennard, Chase Lovig, he was even able to get the ball to Gage Finley out of the backfield last week.
One final question for you. What is the goal for the end of regular season getting ready for sectionals?
I think, for any coach, it's going to be to progressively get better. We want to see that. We know that the way our season is kind of slated is you have 2 tough opponents, and then you have 2 opponents in the next 2 weeks that we've had some success against, and then you're right back into rivalry week with Chesterton, and then you have your 2 arguably toughest opponents in Crown Point and Maryville, and the DAC finishes with Portage and Lake Central. So just continuing to get progress throughout the season, come in healthy for the postseason, have our bye week, and then be able to go ahead and have the success that we've had in the past for 7 straight sectional titles and a whole assortment of regional, semi-state, and states.
Yeah, coming in healthy definitely has a lot of importance for the athletes.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach Marshall, as always, thank you for your time, and that's it for this week's Coach's Corner. Good luck in tonight's game, as we are all looking forward to celebrating Patriot Night. For PC3 Sports, I'm Gianna Zikos, and we'll see you all next time.
We are back here at Viking Field, and it's Patriot Night tonight. So I just want to say to our active military veterans and first responders, we owe you a debt that words can scarcely repay. Your unwavering commitment to serve, often in the face of danger, hardship, and personal sacrifice, is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the depth of your dedication to something greater than yourselves. Whether standing watch on distance, shores rushing towards crisis when others flee, or bearing the weights of invisible wounds long after battle is over, you embody the true meaning of courage and selflessness. Your call to duty is not merely a job. It is a profound promise to protect, to serve, and to stand firm for the values we hold dear. You remind us that freedom, safety, and peace come at a cost you willingly shoulder for the sake of others. For that, we honor you, we thank you, and we stand in deepest gratitude.
What Patriot Night means to me is appreciating the people who've risked their lives on the front lines and appreciating my grandpa who served in the Army.
Patriot Night means a lot to me. I have family that served in World War II, Vietnam, and I'm just looking forward to honoring them tonight.
I just want to say thank you again to all of our veterans watching, and have a great Patriot Night tonight. Now go ahead, and we're going to talk about Michigan City's last matchup as well.
Yeah, obviously it's very special to be able to call a game on a night like tonight, but before the breaks, we didn't get to talk about Michigan City and their last week matchup versus the Chesterton Trojans, Valpo's biggest rival in the DAC. Michigan City took it handedly, 30-13. A dominant third quarter was the separator. Michigan City scoring 16 in the third quarter to start the second half. Basically ended up winning them this game, but the rushing attack from Michigan City was where the story was. 295 yards on the ground versus the Chesterton Trojans. All 4 touchdowns coming on the ground, and that was the story of that week's game. But will Valpo be able to stop that run game tonight is the question.
I mean, Michigan City's got 2 running backs that they'll filter through, either Jeremy Thurman or Demarion Evans. They'll go and swap between. Both have over 100. Evans has 132 rushing yards. Thurman has 211. So they both will get consistent playing time. They'll be swapping back and forth tonight. So it's just, can Valpo contain both of them? And then Hart, their quarterback as well, can run with 181 rushing yards as well. So all 3 of these guys can cause a problem with their legs.
And Valpo also here dealing with an injury of Nick Fry, who's out tonight. So the secondary, it's going to weaken them even more, and they're going to have to step up tonight. If the run game if it's like last week, then Michigan City has a great shot of winning this game.
Yeah, but to that point, obviously not to discredit Fry, but without him last week, Laporte only put up 20 passing yards. Obviously, Laporte's not the best competition, but Valpo's secondary did hold strong last week, so it'll be interesting to see if they can carry that over to this week's matchup versus the Michigan City Wolves.
Yep. And so let's get to our players to watch here tonight. It's going to be you have first. Let's go.
For Valpo, it is Gage Finley. Last week put up 2 touchdowns in the win over Laporte, and on the season he has been very good for the Valparaiso Vikings. 155 yards on 36 attempts, 4 total touchdowns on the season. But last week he was the story, helped finish off those Viking drives that started off in Laporte territory. So he's our player to watch for Valpo tonight.
Yeah, Finley's been very good with the 155 running yards. Just a little concern as well, just the 4.3 average per attempt compared to the Michigan City's running backs. We'll have to see if Finley can get onto those big runs tonight and cause an explosive outburst for Valpo.
Yeah,
Gage has been a threat all year long, as we said, and especially for him to fill the hole that Thomas Berta held, it's going to be very hard to match what he had. So for him to start the season with 4 touchdowns, I feel like it's a very promising start, and there's so much season left for him to go. So, and then let's go to our Michigan City. It's going to be Triniston Hart. He has 423 passing yards to start this year. He's averaging almost 14 yards per pass attempt with also 180 rushing yards.
Yeah, I mean, Valpo, they have to be able to either put pressure on this guy or go ahead and make sure they defend the receivers well, because Hart is going to be going in the air, and he can also run the ball very well. Either he can do both ways. Valpo's going to have to prepare for both, and we'll have to see which one Hart's going to favor tonight.
Yeah, Hart also has 3 interceptions to start this year, so that's a little downside to all the production he has had. But we've also seen that from Valpo's quarterback, Kellen, too, so it's going to be see how these two work their things out.
Yeah, Kellen Hosek has yet to throw a passing touchdown with his 3 interceptions this year, so it'll be critical for Valpo if he can get back onto track and play like the Kellen of last year that was very productive even through the turnover problem that he had a little bit last year. But this year it's been a little bit more of a problem, especially with the lack of touchdowns. But
yeah, we've seen Sam Bernard, we've seen Jimmy Parisi, and we've also seen Chase Lovick step up for that wide receiver core that has also been taken out by graduation.
And experience,
yeah,
obviously. But they haven't really played like it. Chase Lovick came into a pleasant surprise. He's been very good in his role. Catching passes when needed, was a huge 3rd down target in the last game we covered. It felt like any time Valpo needed a 3rd down and was able to convert, the ball was ending up in Chase Lovick's hands. So, and then Jimmy Parisi was the standout from last year, and he's been probably the best this year. 17 receptions for 157 yards, a little bit under 9 per catch, but he's one of the top leading receivers in the Northwest Indiana region in just by yards. So expect him, and then obviously Sam Bernard, the youngest, well, also the other junior paired with Jimmy Parisi. Expect him to make an impact tonight with his 97 yards on the season.
Yeah, we look at Valpo's offense, all the wide receivers, it's kind of a spread out, kind of all 3 X, Y, and Z targets are all getting spread out, and that's kind of what Coach Marshall said in the interview for Coach's Corner. He talked about how Kellen's been able to spread out who he's passing to, so it's been a bit of difficult for the defense. But looking on Michigan City side, they have 1 wide receiver with 305 receiving yards, and the next guy is at 100. So they seem to have the one main guy, Zaire McKinney, number 6 is their main guy with 300 yards. So we'll see how much they go to tonight. So we're going to see one guy having a lot of targets while Valpo's going to spread out to 3 guys.
And let's look at our Surf Internet keys of the game here for tonight. Let's start off with Valpo first. We have, for Devin, you want to go first with yours?
Yeah, Valpo's just got to right the ship right now. So far, we've seen 2 outlier games and the 1 kind of normal game. But overall, I think Valpo just needs to start finding some consistency in their play. We need to just hope that they're able to find a good pass game, get the defense good to go as well. Just make sure it's consistent throughout both sides of the ball. Give both sides of the ball good chances to compete and win a football game.
And for me, my key to the game for Valpo is they got to get Kellen going. The yards numbers have been there. He's got 502 passing yards through the air, and he's added some on the ground with 103 on the ground. And that's where his only touchdown of the year has come, is a rushing touchdown. He has not yet to throw a passing touchdown, and he has 3 interceptions. So it is pivotal. I think Valpo has to get him going if they want to hang with Michigan City, who can go put up 30 with ease.
Yeah, my key to the game for tonight is run, Gage, run. The biggest thing for Valpo tonight is to have Gage Finley be very active, especially on that outside. To break through and get about 10 yards, that's going to be very well for them. And let's go to our Michigan City keys of the game.
Yeah, Michigan City keys of the game. Mine is stay in the air for Michigan City, as they just need to focus on the air attack. As I said, Hart can go both ways, but based on what we've seen through this Valpo secondary, I think the attack is through the air so far. Obviously, things can change, but so far, I think Hart will be targeted in the air, targeting his main guy, McKinney. Go ahead, keep throwing that ball to him, and then go ahead and go to your number 2 guy, Meek Laurent.
And then for me, Michigan City's got to get pressure early and often, and this is not just talking about the passing game for Valpo. This team has lit up the tackle for loss category this year, and the guy in the middle of all of it is Ethan Bursick, who's got 9 tackles for loss in 3 games. Obviously, if they can pressure Kellen, that'll halt Kellen's production today, but they also are going to be able to shut down the run and be able to get in the backfield on what is going to feel like every down. And I think if they want to hold on to this one, that's got to be the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to build off you, Johnny. Mine is also pressure Kellen, get him early, be relentless on defense. Just keep it coming, keep it going, and you're going to have an easy time winning this game tonight.
And this is an offensive line without a guy who started this season. They have a fill-in on the offensive line with Alex Burkett out tonight. So, and some shifting pieces due to him missing. So it'll be interesting to see how Michigan City handles and see if they're going to dial up more pressure tonight or sit back and just see if a 4-man rush can get through an offensive line with less experience than they thought.
Yeah, Valpo just has multiple guys shifting around due to some people being out or some people just not being able to play tonight. So we'll just see how Valpo goes through tonight.
Yeah, to go off what you said, we have number 78, Rigby Gore, getting his first start. Wyatt Livingstone's going to move over to the right guard, as Rigby will fill the left guard. And as you said, Alex Burkett, he's going to be out tonight. And that's pretty much it for that move.
So the shifts on the offensive line. So that'll be very interesting for our key to see what the pressure is for Michigan City. Do they believe that they can just go with a 4-man rush all night, or will they try to dial up more pressure to make it even harder on the new starters and the shifted positions?
Yeah, and now, if something does happen, and due to already going to your backup to start the game, if something does happen when your O-lineman is early in the game, then you're going to your second backup. So then it's just going to be a cause for concern for Valpo. So let's just hope that they're able to stay healthy tonight and get through and play a good game of football.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Hope everybody stays healthy tonight.
Yep. So Valpo trying to get back on track here. Go 2-0 in the DAC. That's going to be a very promising start, especially for teams that are like Crown Point and Maryville, who have already played, and Crown Point took the win in that one. So
you can make up ground on Maryville, who even with the loss, Maryville might not lose one for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So it'll be key to start off 2-0, and this would be a very good win for Valpo because their 3 games have been Penn, who's a very solid team every year in and year out, and then the offensive struggles kind of down the stretch is what hurt them in that one, and they lost by 8 points, but then they went up and traveled to the Chicago area to play Brother Rice, but that's a very talented team, and I don't think there's a team in the DAC that would really compete with them.
Yeah, they're number 2 right now in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, so this was the team that Valpo put on their schedule, and it's hard to tell, to use them as a comparison game, and then Valpo got to play LaPorte, who's probably one of the weaker teams in the DAC, so this is another one of those those same tier games for Valpo to be able to see how they can handle these teams on the same level as them.
Yeah, and then we go ahead and look. I mean, Michigan City as well. This is also a big game for them. They can go 2-0. Either way, the winner of tonight will start 2-0 in the DAC. So we'll have to see Michigan City as well. They beat Chesterton as well as beat LaPorte. So, I mean, you can't look at you can't without the head-to-head of Valpo and Chesterton and Michigan City and LaPorte, but kind of you can look at if whoever wins this game, you kind of can say is the best in the sectional so far based on just kind of who's beat who. I know it's a little vague, but at the same time, I mean, that's kind of how it works. So right now, whoever wins this game, you can kind of look at for the sectional as well.
Yeah, this is a downfall year. Not a downfall, but a down year for Chesterton, as we say. They have had very dominant years. This has seemed one of their worst
struggled to
starts.
start this year, but obviously they'll move past it, and obviously when Valpo plays them, it'll always be a great game, and that's in a couple weeks. That'll be next weekend at Chesterton. So, but to Michigan City's point, they've played Hanover Central, who's a smaller school, and they were able to dominate in that one. And then they also lost to Lafayette Jefferson, but that's one of those Southern Indiana teams that's really good. So they had like an easier team, the outlier of a really good team, and then that DAC opponent, that sectional opponent in Chesterton, who they managed to blow out. So Michigan City, it'll be this is like a great true test for both of these teams facing off tonight.
Michigan City, even in that tough opponent, I believe had 3 to 4 tackles for loss in that game. So, and that's a really good team that they played. So we'll have to see what how many tackles for loss can they do against this Valpo O-line.
It was really interesting that was the one game they have not recorded a sack this season. So that's where that pressure is a big point, I think, for Michigan City. And then also, Bill Marshall got a 70th win last week against LaPorte. Congrats to Coach Marshall. But these two teams facing off again. In the last 40 years, Valpo was 29-4 with a win last year, 20-14. John Harrell's prediction is 28-24 Michigan City. So one of the more trusted football guys and high school sports guys in Indiana. But obviously Michigan City wants to change that
I really think this
record
game
in the last 40 years.
This game will come down to the fourth quarter, and I really think this game will be close. I really think it's just how stable can Valpo's defense be to be able to hold back this Michigan City offense.
An overpowering offense that can put up yards in a hurry, put up points in a hurry. So it'll be interesting how the Valpo defense can handle it.
You just look at the matchups itself. You just see this Michigan City has all these tackles for loss, go ahead and get through this Valpo offense, and then the Valpo offense has been kind of weaker in the secondary, and the Michigan City heart can go ahead and pass it over their heads. So we'll just have to see what Valpo's able to do, counter these Michigan City Wolves.
Yeah, I know we talked about how it's already Patriot night here, and I know last year when I talked to Coach Marshall for Coach's Corner, this night really means a lot to him, and it means a lot to the players. Like last year, he said this is like one of their most important games on the schedule because it means so much to every single one of these guys. So for this night, there's definitely gonna be a lot more emphasized in winning this game.
Yeah, it's a very cool night. Valpo always doing this every year. It's a very cool tradition, and always fun to enjoy this game. Just being here in this environment of a Patriot night is very cool.
And then as well, we'll have 4 Valpo home games in the regular season. There happens to be 4 Valpo captains. We've already spotlighted Kellen, our first home game. This game will be another captain, will be Brody Wheeler, will be spotlighting one of the linebackers for Valpo. Very good player for the team. We'll go ahead and see Brody Wheeler's stats as well will be shown on the screen. Brody's been very good this year. He was good last year as well. Just very consistent. We'll just go ahead and see what Brody's able to do for this team. And he's one of the captains on this Valpo for a reason. He's on defense, and this defense kind of needs to be able to step up against this Michigan City offense.
And he's the only junior to get the captain honor, so obviously Marshall really trusts in him to be that, not only just a vocal leader, but just a leader in the way he plays. That's how you're going to get a captain, is not just only being the vocal leader. You also got to be a great team. Like, obviously he's going to be a great teammate, but he's also got to lead by example. Just his effort on the field is going to uplift this Valpo defense hoping to lead this team to a win tonight.
And that's really huge for just a junior to be this captain role as well. He's the only junior of the 4 captains, and it's kind of rare to see that. And it's just really cool honor for him, as he will be able to then go to his senior year as well with this even more leadership role, being the senior. But so far, it's just very impressive. He's had a good year so far. Good last year. We'll hope he continues tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very good game tonight. I honestly, you want to do score predictions tonight? We can. I think Valpo might pull out through here. Valpo's going to win 31-24.
Okay. Well, Valpo will be coming out of the tunnel now, so it'll be cool to see this run out, the Patriot night run out for these Valparaiso Vikings, with obviously the American flags making the tunnels. There you can see they're creeping out. They're creeping out of their locker room. So, but the suspense is building, waiting for the run out in this.
And then for tonight, as Brody said, he's taking Valpo for the game. I think Michigan City is kind of seems to be the favorite. As I was talking, how their offense can probably be, it seems are better than the Valpo defense, and then their defense with all these tackles for losses can beat the Valpo offense.
And here we go. Let's pay attention to this run out tonight.
Yeah, so obviously, and then players holding American flags. So just a very cool night and a cool experience for everyone involved.
And I mean, it's so cool tonight. We've already seen some of our friends that have graduated last year are back tonight to celebrate, as we've seen at least, I think, 3 players back from last year's team down on the field, just because of how special this night is to former players as well as current players.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good one. They keep approaching. They want it. They want to get out there.
The subtle claps, the build-up. It's all about what the Friday nights are. The Friday night lights are like.
Yeah, the
as
atmosphere.
Valpo gets ready to run out. Michigan City going to wait their turn. Obviously, they're in the frame right now at the top of your screen. They're waiting their turn to run out, and they're going to have to kind of follow these Valparaiso Vikings, who are going to get a roar of applause from their fans.
And here they go. The fireworks off. The players running. It is ecstatic in this building.
Yeah, the fireworks, always a great tradition, and we're getting a great shot of them for you guys at home. Booming the skies of Valparaiso, Indiana.
Yeah, that's a great shot right there. The fireworks were awesome. The run out, that was very special. And with only about 2 minutes until coin toss.
But the national anthem will be playing soon, so.
Here we have Michigan City trying to follow up after that great performance from the fireworks and the players. So. That was a lot of fireworks. That was very
Some
nice.
of the most you'll see at Valpo, but obviously so cool to experience on this Patriot night as Valpo plays their fight song, but the field will get cleared off here as we approach game time. The estimated time is 30 seconds, but
And we have a Black Hawk in the sky, ready to land before this game tonight.
Our crew is getting a great shot of the Black Hawk that is landing here. Special. That's new for the Patriot night. That's not something I've ever seen here before at Valpo. So,
yeah, they definitely went up and beyond with this one. It's a very great sight to see.
Important night.
This is a special night. This will be a special win tonight if Valpo's able to pull it off. And also kind of special for Michigan City in their own way, going up 2-0 in the DAC, being able to take down a rival in Valpo.
Yep, coin toss right underway. Valpo, their captains.
4 captains are walking onto the field right now. Obviously, we're getting a great shot of the Black Hawk, so we don't want you guys at home to miss that. But the captains meet at midfield.
You know I like puns, but we have a touchdown already. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Isaiah Gibson and the quarterback, Trinaston Hart, the captains for Michigan City, meeting at midfield, and then obviously the Valpo captains, Kellen Hosek, Brody Wheeler, Ben Fedorchak, and Caleb Hazlitt, the offensive lineman. Valpo deferred. Michigan City will get it to start the first half, and Valpo will get it in the second half. So we get to see Trinaston Hart immediately in action tonight. So it'll be fun to see if how quickly this Michigan City offense can get going.
And we will be back in just a second to see the kickoff of this game.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And we are back here. Raise the kick, that's perfect timing, and we are underway here at Viking Field. He'll be caught around the 20. He'll be taken down, thrown down at the 25.
An aggressive tackle and a very short kick. Valpo intentionally kicks it to the up man. The up man is Michigan City's running back, Jeremy Thurman. So interesting decision, right through the air. A very short kick from Trevor Faudner. So I think Valpo is in fear of what the returners for Michigan City can do.
I think it was for sure intentional based on how we know Trevor can get it far. We know he can get it to that end zone, so they intentionally saw some film.
First down here on the run. He finds a gap and gets up to the 30 before being taken down. Ball is out. Valpo thinks they have it. They're waiting for a ruling here.
See how the refs rule it.
Looking at the head referee.
It seems Michigan City offense is staying on the field here.
Looks like they think his knee got down before. It's gonna be second down.
That'll be a 5-yard run.
For the pass here, he's gonna take it himself, scramble. It won't be enough for the first down.
And a big hit here laid out by Reese Baylaw. Nope, excuse me.
It will be a first down. They got him.
Reese Baylog is the one on the tackle. But Hart, obviously the good carry for the first down. He steps up in the pocket, saw a lane, and was able to get a first down for Michigan City. So 2 positive plays already in the early going for Michigan City.
Yeah, 2 plays, 5 yards each. That's first down.
We have motion. Hart's going to take him himself, but they're going to read it correctly. We saw Hart. He had 23 attempts coming into this game. He already has 2, so.
Yeah. And then showing the scrambling ability is one was on a designed run. The second one is a design run. So obviously Michigan City going to use him in both ways tonight. But Valpo does a good job getting multiple bodies to him. He's going to be a hard guy to bring down. Valpo's going to make sure they got to bring multiple tonight, and that's what they do on the first attempt.
Yeah, so far 3 plays, 3 rushes.
Hart's going to drop back to throw. Wide open over the middle. A little underthrow, but he's going to be down with the catch.
And that guy was just wide open for Hart to be able to throw a decent ball to him.
Brody Wheeler was the only one in the area. I don't really know what happened. He's just wide open.
So we see a wrestling match.
Yeah, Hart's going to drop back to throw. Wide open over the middle. Yeah, it's going to be a run up the middle with Thurman. He finds a gap, a spin move, all the way up to the 35. Another first down. The 25, correction.
Right up the middle. The front 7 that has been so good this year is not looking as great as they looked in the Penn game, at least. Just wide open run, easy land, and an easy first down for Michigan City. Another easy first down.
It's going to be a run with Hart, and he's going to be taken down.
So that one goes nowhere.
You see, early Hart is pushing this with these RPOs.
Cam Asbell, the one on the tackle here, just brings him down easily.
It's going to be 2nd and 8 here. Motion here. It's going to be a jet sweep, and that's going to go nowhere.
Lost a yard, if anything. So Valpo corrals this one. Multiple people in the area, obviously. Gang tackling is something we've talked about a lot in these broadcasts. And Valpo, when they've done it tonight, it has been good. But when they're only bringing one guy to the ball carrier, it hasn't worked out for them.
Yeah, that was Nicholas Stewart on that jet sweep. And wide open over the middle, but drops it through the hands. That's Meek Lauren.
Lauren's the guy that had that 16-yard play first pass of the game, and he just is unable to corral that ball in.
Yeah, wide open and just isn't able to bring it in. So some change of personnel. This would be a long kick. It would be 42 yards, and they do bring out the field goal unit in warm-ups. The kicker was kind of struggling from 40 in the other direction. So this one's right, probably I think at the tip of his range. It'll be interesting to see if he can put this one through.
Yeah, he only has 3 seconds to get this off. Kick is up. And it is short, no good. And the Valpo offense is going to take over.
Well, the drive was off to a very good start for Michigan City. And then the Valpo defense stops 2 run plays dead in their tracks, going nowhere. And they give their offense some solid starting field position for this drive.
Yeah, let's see what Kellen and the offense can do here.
I mean, some good signs, though, from Michigan City. They're just unable to finish through their one player just unable to corral the ball, but 16-yard pass, 1 for 2 in the air so far. So far on the ground, they've had over 30 yards. So let's see what they can keep doing.
The run game has been a success. So, and I think just an unlucky grab. Obviously, these concepts are looking good. Getting wide open receivers right in the middle of the field. Easy for Hart to read.
Yeah, we have trips up top here to start off this drive, but a little bit of miscommunication on the ball placement, I think.
It gets moved back to the 20. Oh, the ball hit the end zone, so they start at the 20-yard line, like a punt touchback.
First down for Valpo. Kellen's going to hand it off to Finley. Finley is going to get about 2 yards there.
And this one goes nowhere. Multiple guys in for the tackle for Michigan City. Gibson, the one to bring him down.
That's just a one-run play there, so we'll see if he. I think Kellen's not going to look for an air pass here, as he's been pretty efficient in the air so far for this year. We'll see what he can do, and this Michigan City defense, I think, will be ready for it.
2nd and 9 here. 8 minutes left in the first. It's going to be another handoff to Finley. The outside, he's going to be taken down.
And another one that goes nowhere. This Michigan City defense that has tallied up tackles for loss this year already has one as they make it's going to be back to 3rd and 10. So interesting to see 2 runs against a defense that it will rally up tackles for loss. Just like they do here. This one goes nowhere.
3rd and 10 here. See if the Valpo offense will go 3 and out. That'd be very scary for them.
Especially with how Michigan City looked. They just unfortunately couldn't corral that one ball, but they look like they're ready to score some points tonight.
Hosek drops back, looking to pass to the right side to Vennard. See how they roll it. They're going to roll it incomplete. Vennard had his hands on it, but it was
unable to corral. Very, very good coverage, and this one's forced incomplete. So Faulkner will be on to punt early on in this one.
Not what you want to see for Valpo, getting a total of 0 yards that first drive, while Michigan City had over a total of 45 yards there. So we'll just in passing and rushing. So now they get the ball back, and if they're let's see what they're able to do now. This Valpo defense going to start getting tired if it keeps going at this rate.
Faulkner with the kick. Very good kick. It's going to bounce.
And it's a good bounce for Valpo. It's their home field.
Was going to say, maybe they didn't have the luck this time as this one goes straight up, but the second bounce kicks heavily and gives them 10 yards of field position on the second bounce. So the Valpo Turf Monster makes a return early on in this one.
Yeah, there's got to be something in the turf here. We have seen it so much over the past 2 years.
Every time on these punts, something goes Valpo's way.
So here's Michigan City back out here after a promising first drive, but cut short.
Via the drop, and they had a chance at points, but a missed field goal. So
Hart is going to hand it off, and that's going to be taken nowhere, taken for a loss.
And they mark it at about 2 yards short, but the refs are giving mixed signals. Now they've evened it out. It'll be a loss of 2. That's seem more like it from forward progress.
Yeah.
That was Jeremy Thurman with the attempt of the rush.
The interior D-line on Valpo shuts that one down. City's playing quick.
Drops back to pass. To the right side, has a man caught. Trying to avoid, breaks the tackle.
Went backwards, but it worked out. He's able to go forward, and he gets a first down.
That's Meek Lauren right there. Drops the pass last drive, but makes it up.
His second grab, and he's got 2 first down catches. So Laurent, the target in these needed situations to convert these first downs for Michigan City.
Yeah, another first down for them. They've started off this offense very hot.
They get the signal. They slow it down here after the big. They've been playing quick, and here they wait to get the signal from their head coach. Only 7 on the play clock.
Motion here on first down. Hart's going to take it himself.
And he gets 3 yards. So another positive rush. Obviously not killer for Valpo, holding them to 3 yards on the run, but still forward for Michigan City, and they've shown this run game is looking to be very effective tonight.
Yeah, they're going to mark that at 2 yards, 2nd and 8 here. Hart is controlling this offense as he drops back to pass, but he's going to get taken down.
And that one goes absolutely Hart gets taken down here, and is a huge sack for this Valparaiso defense.
So far, 3 plays, 3 runs.
Here's our replay.
Hart drop back and throw wide open over the middle. Hart is controlling this offense.
Here's our
back to
replay.
pass, but he's going to get
nowhere
taken
to go.
down.
Football, trying to pump fake, didn't work. And a huge sack for this front 7 that's without one of their best players, Lucas Peterson, tonight.
He's going to drop back to pass. Trying to go for a little screen pass, but no good.
Dean Papatrones is in the backfield opposite the screen pass, so it's designed to let a defender through, but I think he definitely disrupts this pass.
There's a little conflict at the top of the field. It might go on Michigan City. Yeah.
It was on Michigan City, but I think the penalty was declined by head coach Bill Marshall to bring out Michigan City's punt crew.
I think this might have been unsportsmanlike conduct. So
oh, it's after the play, so they lose 10 yards, and
15.
it's still 15, and it's still fourth down. So that is very huge for Valpo's field position to get an added 15, make this punt a little bit longer.
Yeah, tension's rising already, but Michigan City, their punter, is put in a bad spot here.
Valpo, Parisi, and Lovick just getting onto the field, kind of at the last second for Valpo.
This one's going to go Parisi's way. Doesn't have a blocker, but he's going to break. He's going to shed that tackle on all the way up to the 48.
And that's good field position for Valpo. Let's see if they're able to take advantage of that unsportsmanlike conduct.
They were able to capitalize on short fields last week. This week they started Michigan City on their in Michigan City territory on their second drive. See how they can capitalize, if they were able to capitalize it this week like they were last week.
4:45 left in this first quarter. You see no scores, and it's been a very good defensive game so far.
Yeah, both these defenses playing well. Even with that Michigan City opening drive being very positive, the Valpo defense has since locked back in and is doing what they usually do.
Motion from Parisi. It's going to be a little jet sweep pass. He's going to get all the way up to the 40.
Let's see how they rule this.
I think he got it. The chains seem to be moving. It's going to be really close. This one's on the on the 38. But the refs are giving them the first down. So the first down of the game for the Valparaiso Vikings, and it's Kellen on a throw to Jimmy Parisi for the first down.
Yeah, if that was second and inches, you would definitely think about going deep there on that second down. But first down, let's see what Valpo does. There's going to be a flag.
There was a jump by a City defender, so I'd assume this one's going to, but it was a linebacker, so I'd assume this one goes on Valpo. All of the Valpo offensive linemen stay put, but it will be a false start on the Valparaiso Vikings. Let's see who jumped. I just saw Michigan City, the linebacker took a step, and then the flag was thrown, but obviously the linebacker is not going to get an offside 5 yard behind the line of scrimmage, so easy call for the officials.
Yeah, Valpo's going to start first and 15 in this set of downs. Osek, it's going to be a handoff to Finley. It's going to be a flag, and he's going to take it down for a loss, but let's see what this flag is. Might be a holding.
Another miscommunication between the two sideline judges. Interesting to see this. One's marking this a 1 yard loss. The other's marking it a 3 yard loss, but obviously the flag is down, so it might not matter anyway. As
Valpo's moving back.
Yeah. Another Valparaiso penalty.
Yeah, penalties have hurt them last year, all year long last year. We talked about how the penalty game really hurt them. They brought them down, and it's starting this drive.
It's declined because they got the tackle for loss, so they don't. Michigan City doesn't seem to need. They just wanted to go ahead and get a second down. So I believe it was a holding call, declined by Michigan City. So we'll see what Valpo's going to do here in second down. Obviously lost about 3 yards on that run attempt.
Yeah, we hit the 4 minute mark here. 0-0. Osek, he's going to hand it off to Finley. Finley, he's going to get about 4 or 5 yards there.
So now it'll be third and 13. I think they declined it because it was still a negative play for Valpo. So I like that. I respect the decision by the coach to let him have that loss of down instead of taking the extra 10 yards because Valpo's still nowhere near field goal range, and this would be a harder punt if Valpo's not able to get a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 12 here. We have trips on the bottom of your screen. Let's see what Valpo does. Finley moving. Hosek gets rushed, and it's almost intercepted as we saw the line break. 3 guys coming right at him, and there's nothing much you can do.
Yeah, immediate pressure. Kellen upset with his O-line, throws this one behind Chase Lovig, Sam Bernard, nearly a pick. So nearly all-out disaster for Valpo. Near sack, turns into almost an interception, but they are not able to. Michigan City is not forced the interception. So now Valpo's on for kind of a tough punt from this spot. Trevor's got to try to pin this one without going out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and we're in a problem here where it seems Michigan City's offense, yes, it's still a 0-0 game, but Michigan City's offense seems to be more alive so far tonight.
Yeah, he's going to fair catch that one, but we talked about in our keys of the game, pressure Kellen, pressure the O-line, and do it early. They have been relentless to start this game, and it's worked so far. The
tackles for loss have obviously been there, stacking up those numbers already. It's been 2 or 3 for this defensive line, and then they nearly sacked Kellen on a huge 3rd and 13. But a great punt from Trevor Faudner here, pins them at the 5-yard line. So Michigan City starting in the shadow of their own goalposts.
Yeah, so far Hart on nice 2 for 4. But he's keeping consistent with his yards per completion, a 16 and a 12-yard pass tonight, with his average being 13.6, so he's getting a first down every pass.
First down here. It's going to go to the right side. Thurman is going to carry that one.
Good gain of about 6 yards here for the Michigan City offense. So they run to the outside, kind of away from this interior Valpo defensive line that has looked pretty good tonight. They run it to the outside here, and it works out for them, getting about 6 yards.
Second down, they're pushed back to their own 15. That was a good punt. So let's see what they can work with here. 2:57 remains. A little bit of shift here by the O-line.
A lot of movement from everybody involved, and then a timeout taken by Michigan City. Yeah, a lot was going on there. Michigan City made some changes at the line. Valpo switched it up, dropping the corner, moving a safety, and then that was enough to get Michigan City to call their first time out of the half. And they used one early at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter.
So far, a big difference in this game so far has been the rush, as Michigan City so far has about 30 rushing yards to Valpo having -1 rushing yard.
Yeah, the Michigan City defense, as we talked about in the pregame, is going to do that to these tackles for loss. Are going to pile up, and it's already been the impact here tonight.
Yeah, the time of possession has definitely been in Michigan City's favor. They've held the ball so much longer than Valpo has this first quarter.
Yeah, so it's still a 0-0 game, but it seems the Wolves have the momentum and will break through and have a more likely chance to break through than the Valpo offense.
It's going to be 2nd and 5 after Michigan City takes their first time out. 2:49 remains in this first. And Hart will come back on the field, and another whistle.
A substitution coming, or just a guy coming off the field. So a lot of miscommunication here in the last 30 seconds for this Michigan City offense. And it is a substitution, but a very late one.
Yeah, Thurman coming back onto the field.
So he's going to register in as a wide receiver.
They have both. Yeah, they have both running backs on the field. One as a receiver.
Oh, that's going to be a false start. That's going to be on Thurman.
Oh no! Oh. Late, very late hit after a whistle from the Valparaiso D line.
Tensions are rising in this game early on. We're only in the first quarter, and
no flag thrown. So
yeah,
on that, obviously the flag false start on Michigan City. So this will back him right back up, and it's going to be 2nd and 10, outdoing the first down carry.
And the after the play contact, that's just really unnecessary right there. There's no need for that, but
I think that was just the product of not hearing the whistle. Obviously, when you're so locked in the game, sometimes you're not always going to hear those whistles. So
2nd and 10 now. Motion again. Hart is going to drop back to pass. Right side as a man, but overthrows him.
Wide open down the sideline. Just 2 stacked receivers on top of each other. And has steps here is Malik Laurent. He has room to run down the sideline if he's able to corral this one in. But a little bit of an overthrow. This one sailed to the sideline, and it's now going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, we keep seeing motion from Zaire McKinney, and we've seen a lot from this offense so far. But on 3rd down, he's getting pressured in the end zone. That's a little risky right there.
It seemed he was trying to get to his main guy, McKinney, there. Just not enough oomph on it to be able to get it to him.
Well, there was a linebacker in front of him, so he kind of just grounds this one.
Yeah, very lucky. Very lucky that there was a guy right there. That would have been intentional grounding. So, very deep in their own end zone. 236. He's on the very edge. Better make sure he does not step on that line.
Backed all the way up. You don't want to step on that line and get a safety. So a high snap would be danger for Michigan City.
Good snap. The punt is up. It's going to be bounce around the 40. He's going to pick it up. That's going to be Lovig. He's going to take it.
And here's
35.
Good field position again for the Valpo offense. So far has not done much tonight. Just a 10-yard pass and -1 on the ground in yards. We'll see if they're able to do something. They only need 35 yards.
Lovig here, good return. Sets up Valpo nicely. What can this Valpo offense do? Can they take advantage of the short field position like they were able to do last week? Or will it be a story of the same and another 3 and out? So
Michigan City here is just going to keep pressuring Kellen, and Kellen's going to have to respond.
The offensive line, obviously. Got to protect your guy back there. So it'll be interesting to see if they start with a run, even though the run is, as Devin, you stated, has struggled tonight.
Yeah, Lubbock played the bounce very well, and they got to capitalize off this spot. First down on the 35. Kellen's going to drop back to pass. Over the middle. Has a man. That's going to be Parisi all the way up to the 11.
And Jimmy Parisi, both of the catches made for the Valparaiso Vikings tonight. This one goes all the way inside the 20-yard line and down to they mark it at the 12-yard line. So
over the middle. Has a man. That's going to be Parisi all the way up to the 11. It's going to sit on the 11, 208.
So 24-yard passing play from the Valparaiso Vikings. And there's a big play from this Valpo offense. Much needed, and they're set up right in territory.
Yeah, that was a great catch.
Touchdown.
Perfect accuracy throw right there from Kellen. That's definitely going to get him his momentum going.
Hits Parisi right in the chest. Obviously, Parisi makes a good grab with a guy on his back. So an impressive catch from Parisi and a good ball from Kellen.
Motion here. Kellen's going to take it himself, try and find a hole, but it's going to get taken down. He's going to gain about 2 there, though.
Obviously, you want to take these positive yards, but Mark Fitzpatrick reads this one very well. The big D tackle, positive 2, as you said. A 2-yard gain for Valpo.
They're going to give him 3 on that. Minute 25, 2nd and 7. They're on their own 8-yard line. They're on. Correction. Michigan City's 8-yard line. Kellen. It's going to be an option play. He's going to take it himself, but he's going to get taken down.
Gets maybe a yard here. So Kellen puts his body on the line on back-to-back plays, keeping it run into the heart of a defensive line that, as we talked about, is not scared to get into the backfield. So Kellen's putting his body on the line both for positive gains, but it sets up a 3rd and medium for the Valparaiso Vikings.
Yeah, Kellen sees Gage so far not really able to break through, so he takes it on. He tries himself and has gotten 5 yards in 2 plays. So let's see what they can do now.
Credit to the City defense for reading both the read option plays very well.
Yeah, we see Danzy out there playing wide receiver. We didn't see it much, but on 3rd down, it's going to be almost picked off, but he's going to break it up.
So there's that Michigan City pressure. They get pressure to Kellen, cause a bad ball to be thrown, and this one is nearly picked.
And that's not what you want to see from Valpo's offense here. Great field position, starting at 35. Great play, 24-yard passing play from Kellen to Parisi there. And now they're going to have to settle for 3 points if they can make it.
The awe's in the crowd, as we just saw, but there's a lot of frustration from Kellen to Marshall right now, as if you didn't see, a lot of confusion, frustration, as that was very close, but it's going to be blocked. Michigan City blocks it.
Trevor Faulkner just saved a touchdown making this tackle, but this Valpo offensive line is struggling to start this night. So
a lot of confusion.
obviously the pressure causes a near pick, and Valpo's not even able to come away with points as a breakthrough. Multiple guys are into the backfield on this kick.
That's not on Trevor. Like, what is Trevor supposed to do there? He was ready. He was about to kick it, and the guys just all broke through. Like, what is he supposed to do
Trevor,
there?
this is a offensive line just letting him through. This one's not on the...
It's been bad. Kellen's unable to get any time, and now the kick's unable to get time, and it's still a 0-0 game.
Yeah,
On first down, he's going to get about a yard maybe, but that's going to end the first quarter unless they decide to run with a play.
Yeah, so the changing of this offensive line for Valpo causing problems early on, but this one goes nowhere. That Valpo interior line makes another good play. They've been the standout of the Valpo defense tonight, the interior defensive line.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for the first 0-0. We've seen block kicks before here, and we're going to head right to a break. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to capture your most memorable moments? Whether it's your senior year, your wedding day, or a special team achievement, LMS Photography in Northwest Indiana has you covered. At LMS Photography, we specialize in creating stunning, high-quality images that will last a lifetime, from senior portraits that showcase your personality to wedding photos that tell the story of your love, and team photos that capture your group's spirit. LMS Photography does it all. Located right here in Northwest Indiana, our team is passionate about making your vision come to life. No matter the occasion, you'll be treated like family and will ensure every shot is picture perfect. Ready to book your session or learn more? Visit lmsphotography21.com. Don't miss out on making your memories unforgettable. LMS Photography. Let's start your journey.
Viking field for the start of the second quarter, 0-0 as we just watched the block kick. That gives you a little deja vu from week one.
Yeah, Valpo scored a touchdown on a block punt in week one, but here we are starting the second quarter.
Sides have flipped. Hart has a guy on the right side.
What?
It's going to be McKinney.
What a grab by McKinney. Staying focused, coming back to this one, toe tapping on the sideline. A very good grab for McKinney, and Michigan City moves the sticks. So this one's just a very good ball, and McKinney stays focused. It's a hard pass breakup. Very good concept from this Michigan City here.
That'll be about 20-yard pass there, going to the main guy, McKinney.
Hart's going to give it off. And it's going to be nothing. Smushed at the line, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Ryan Cheek has been all over the field tonight. He has a sack, multiple tackles for loss. Valpo this interior defensive line is been very productive tonight as a unit. Him and Baylog clogging up the middle, making it hard for this Michigan City offense to succeed.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Just a minute has gone by. Over the middle again for McKinney. Does he hold on? Yes, he does. McKinney, a 6'4" wide receiver, 200 pounds. He has been dominant to start the second quarter.
Yeah, just go use your size, McKinney. That's what Michigan City's doing right now. Hart, throw it up to him. We trust him to bring it down. Valpo's kind of undersized at the corner position, especially when you got a 6'4" guy. Just throw it up to him, and he's going to come down with one and make a play for your offense.
Moving the chains again. It's going to be first down. They're in Valpo territory. It's going to be a handoff. And he's going to get about 4 yards there.
Yeah, so a good first down carry for Michigan City. Obviously, you always want to take these positive gains. And Demarion Evans taken down by Sam Thorgren. But any offense will take a 5-yard carry on first down.
Yeah, I mean, everyone on this team has pretty much run the ball. There's been 4 guys that have moved the ball on this ground so far, and it's all been efficient.
Second down, it's going to be another run, but he's going to get taken down immediately.
Well, that one wasn't very efficient. Reese Baylog, another one of those interior defensive linemen for the Valparaiso Vikings that shuts this one down. He's kind of making the switch usually in the interior D line, but with the loss of Lucas Peterson tonight, he's getting moved to the outside defensive end tonight. He's paired with Dean Papatrone across from him.
Yeah, with the defense going down with a lot of injuries, it has been a really good surprise to see them holding Michigan City to 0 so far. Hart's going to drop back to pass. It's a little bit of pressure, has to roll out to the left. Hart throwing, decides not to, and he's just going to go out of bounds. Almost, he looked to throw downfield, but didn't want that.
Smart decision by Hart. Will get credited as a sack. He was either going to get blown up or this was going to be an interception. I didn't know how aware he was, if he knew he was close to the sideline, but he makes the right decision, takes it, tucks it out of bounds, and does not throw a pick. And the closest defender will get a sack on that one. So a punt coming for the Michigan City Wolves.
You see Parisi and Lovig back out there. After a strong start to the drive, it's going to be another punt. It's going to be short. And they're going to let this one roll out as long as it will. And they're going to pick it up at the 12-yard line.
So a weird punt here. This one doesn't take a Valpo-friendly bounce, though. So the turf monster plays no effect on this one.
Weird to see it rolled from all the way to the middle, almost to the sideline. That was a very weird roll right there. But Valpo's going to start deep in their own territory.
Let's see what this Valpo offense will do so far. 2 for 4 in the air by Kellen. Both targets both completions have gone to Parisi. So let's see if he starts going and, like we said, splitting it amongst his 3 top guys, or if he keeps going to Parisi.
You have trips on the top of your screen. Hosek on the clap. He's going to go. Little screen pass has nothing. He's going to run it himself to the 20. A good block by Finley all the way up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, well, Kellen Hosek, you're going to owe Gage Finley some dinner tonight. He just laid you out a very nice block. Gage Finley opens up an extra running lane for Kellen Hosek. Obviously, he had the first down and a little bit more, but he's able to get an additional 10 yards because of the block. His running back, Gage Finley, that one fooled me in the booth. I thought they handed that one off to Gage, and then Kellen had it on the keep, read the clean pocket in the open hole, and followed Gage Finley. Finley helps him out, and a positive gain on the ground for Kellen Hosek.
Yeah, he didn't have the pass. Smart move, took it out. Got a very good block, so that'll move the chains. We have movement by Parisi. It's going to be a jet sweep. Finds a gap and a cut, but he's going to be taken down.
Well, stiff arm and then a big hit, so you get both good offense and good defense on this play, as this one only goes for about 2 or 3 yards. But Parisi gave the mean stiff arm, and then Bradford came from behind, kind of lays him out on the sideline. So
yeah, we saw a good start to that play, but it's had nothing for him. Some good cuts, but it's going to be second down.
Yeah, this Michigan City defense, obviously, on the runs are going to be good all night. They've shown it.
Second down. It's going to be a handoff to Finley. He's going to get about 2 yards on that play.
So another 2. So you got 3rd and manageable for the Valparaiso Vikings. This right up the middle, running right into the heart of this very solid defensive line. And it gets 2. So 3rd and 4. Interesting to see what the decision will be here for the Valparaiso Vikings. 3rd and 5.
See on the bottom right of your screen, number 20. Usually not wearing number 20, but tonight, unfortunately, left his jersey at home. He's going to be number 21. He's originally 21, left his jersey at home. He's now number 20.
Yeah, coach had to go to just the extra box and just find a jersey for him.
Damon Thomas, the field corner.
Hosek is going to get taken down, but we have a flag on the play, most likely a holding, but let's see how this one plays out.
A relatable thing to all athletes, leaving the jersey at home on game day. Safe to say coach was not happy about it when we got to talk to him pregame. This one pointed at Valpo, so this one might be coming back, or a declined penalty, as that play did go nowhere. So
let's see how they call it.
It'll be interesting because
holding.
That's interesting because they declined the one earlier when they, this would have been a 4th down, so you give Valpo the extra chance to get a first down. I think they're trusting their guys to get another stop like they've done all night, obviously. But interesting because earlier when they got a negative play on a penalty, they just they declined it. So
I think Michigan City is just trusting their guys. They've looked great tonight. Valpo is still held to 0 so far, and their offense seems to be the more likely to break through.
Coach Cody French trusts his guys.
Osek rolls out on the throw as a man downfield. That's going to be Lovick, but he trips up. That's a first down.
Well, the two men in coverage run into each other, and if Chase Lovick doesn't slip, he has a walk-in touchdown for the Valparaiso Vikings, but Kellen Hosek steps up and delivers a good one for the Valparaiso Vikings on 3rd down, and the decision backfires. Valpo would have been punting on a 4th and 5. Instead, Cody French got aggressive, accepted the penalty, and it kind of backfires for him.
Yeah, that's what we saw from Kellen last year. On the run, that's a great throw. And we got a sideline warning. I saw pregame when head coaches were talking. I overheard that there's going to be warnings called very easily, so they're not going to be intimidated. A Hosek after the throw on 1st down. In Michigan City territory, over the middle, overthrown, intended to Danzy.
A seam ball, and this is a very difficult throw from Kellen Hosek. If he would have fit this one in, I would have been in shock up here in the booth. Aggressive decision, but they take a shot on 1st down. So Valpo gets aggressive in the passing game again. Doesn't work out as well this time.
I mean, Kellen so far, his 3 completions have been for big totals, 10, 24, 35 in the air.
Yeah, 1st downs on all of the completed passes for the Valparaiso Vikings, and that's where it's when this passing game is on, it really shows what this offense can do. But
yeah, 2nd down here, Hosek. He's going to hand it off to Finley. He has a gap at the 30, the 20. Doesn't have a block up at top. But he's going to go out of bounds.
Flag down on the far side, so be careful. And Valpo's walking back to the previous line of scrimmage. So this one's coming back.
I saw that flag get
most likely a holding.
I saw that flag get thrown from the far field, and Gage was able to make that great run, the first great run of the night, and unfortunately it seems it might have to come back.
And these penalties have been killer for Valpo tonight. Oh, never mind, they pick it up.
So Valpo.
12-yard line is where they're marking Gage Finley stepped out. So Valpo's in the red zone for the 2nd time today. They have not scored in the red zone due to a blocked field goal. So 0 for 1 in the red zone tonight for the Valparaiso Vikings.
This is exactly where they were at last time. They could not execute with a great advantage.
Forced to kick a field goal, and then said field goal was blocked. So here we go, big 1st down for Valpo.
Hosek is going to take it himself for the scramble. Breaks through a little bit of contact, but
he gets one. But here's that interior defensive line for Michigan City. They have done it really all night long. Obviously, that last run by Gage, he bounced it outside, but this interior line blows another run up by the Valparaiso Vikings offense.
And it seemed lucky that Kellen was able to hold on. It seemed to get out just a little, and he was able to keep it against his body. Yeah. Luckily, unable to fumble the ball pretty much again at the 10.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 8 here. Hosek drops back to throw on the right side, doesn't have it, takes it up the middle.
And he's met by the entire Michigan City defense, really. That's what it feels like. He gets 2, so mark it at 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6 is what they mark it in the stadium. So the out route, Danzy was where this ball would have been headed on the pump fake, but Kellen keeps it in his chest and takes the 2-yard run. Put his body on the line again. Kellen Hosek on both of these previous drives inside the red zone has kind of put his body on the line on runs, taking some big hits.
A little bit of chit-chat after that play. Parisi in motion. He's going to go right side to Parisi. He has an opening, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Valpo.
The first points on the board today, and it's that Valpo motion that they use at critical times.
Yeah, it's that surf internet touchdown for you. The first passing touchdown of the year for Kellen Hosek.
Yeah, and here's where it is. This Valpo motion, we've seen it the last 2 years. They love to do it in these critical situations. It kind of feels like an opener to the offense. The motion has come alive in football over the last 5 years, really in the last 10 years of the NFL, and Valpo uses it again here and gets a touchdown.
Yeah, the only pass play that goes under 10 yards, but it's enough to get a touchdown.
Faudner's extra point is good. It's 7-0 Valpo, 5:22 left in the first half.
A good drive from Valpo. You get the mix of a couple third down conversions and a couple of big plays, leaving these fans happy, and the loudest the fans have been tonight.
Yeah, the momentum has now shifted towards Valpo after a great drive. We saw a lot of good throws from Kellen. We saw him move throughout the pocket very well. Some good reads, but let's see it from now. We've seen a little chit-chat, a little tension. Warnings have already been thrown out, so let's see how this impacts this game.
And here comes the Valpo special teams unit. Faudner obviously on to kick again, asking for a change of balls. He will not get it, so he's got to kick with the one that he didn't want to kick with.
And on the sideline here, it seems Marshall and Kellen are having a one-on-one conversation as well, so we'll see what that kind of relates to throughout this game.
Yeah, the connection between these two we've seen so far these last 2 years has been very good, a very strong connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and obviously some frustration with the way the offensive line struggled. But on that drive, outside of one penalty, the offensive line was great. So
but yeah, this is Kellen's second year, obviously, so he's played under Marshall as a head coach, at least. This is his second year, so they've going to have good familiarity and having a one-on-one.
Faudner with the kickoff after the touchdown. He's going to kick it short, try and get that bounce. It's going to be picked up. It's going to be taken down at the 30.
An awkward bounce,
yeah.
But City reads it well, and they get to the 30-yard line. So decent field position, starting field position for the Michigan City Wolves. Will they be able to capitalize, or will the Valpo defense stay tall like it has so far tonight?
And we see a little chance going on in the student section.
Yeah, the Valparaiso student section getting into it. They've really showed out these first 2 home games of the year. They only get 4 all year, and they're so far been very effective.
First down. It seems like it's been a while since this offense has been out. We have motion. Hart's going to take it himself up the middle. He's going to get about 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, so Hart obviously has carried it all night. He's a very good ball carrier as a quarterback, and he gets a positive 4 yards here. So
we're going to take a little injury timeout, but let's talk about the opening drives to now. Valpo with an opening drive that started out with a 3-and-out to now having a touchdown. Great movement. Kellen has been looking great so far. It's really been a switch up.
Yeah, these last couple drives from Kellen have looked very good. This is the Kellen of last year. He showed the flashes on the first couple drives, and then these last 2 drives, Kellen has looked very good, and the Valpo offense seems to be rolling. They're showing what this offense can do when the pass game works, and when your pass game is working, it leads to the big runs like the one Gage Finley had on that drive. So that is exactly what Coach Marshall wanted to see out of his team on that drive right there.
Yeah, Valpo's gotten some good breaks, though, with overthrows from Hart, as we've seen many wide receivers get way out ahead. The DBs got burnt, but the overthrows have really saved Valpo.
And obviously Valpo even got a little bit lucky. 2 corners ran into each other on that one.
Yeah.
But City's offense has been good. It was that opening drive. They had the drop, and ever since then this offense has felt different. That drop kind of changed the way the trajectory of this offense was going this game. This Michigan City offense had been very effective in all accounts, and then they dropped that pass on the 3rd down, leading to a field goal miss, and ever since then, this offense has come to a halt. With obviously due credit to this Valpo offense, or this Valpo defense, excuse me, that is this front 7 has looked great again, like they did against Penn. So as we are ready to resume play,
yeah, that was
Viking field.
Offensive line Wesley Schmidt. He went down. We are hoping that he is very good and very okay.
Hoping that he's okay.
But
never want to see that.
We resume play here. 2nd and 6, 5 minutes remaining in the half. Hart A little quick pass to the right side, but it's dropped right through the hands.
Then Valpo, of course, jumping on the ball just in case there was a chance of a fumble.
Yeah, McKinney here, he didn't drop the first one, but he'd been kind of the playmaker the last couple drives. He'd made 2 impressive catches for Michigan City, and here he can't come up with one. And Valpo already forces a 3rd down. So this City offense really, outside of that first drive, has been shut down by this Valpo defense.
Very stagnant so far in the second quarter. But an overthrow.
Hart, mad at himself, immediately turned away and screamed. Just an overthrow. The intended target, Dre Collier, and it'll bring out the Michigan City punt crew. So Valpo gets a chance with 4 minutes and 54 seconds, and Valpo will start the second half with the ball. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this drive, if they kind of try to chew clock or they're just going for it all.
Hart so far tonight is 4 for 10 with 60 passing yards. So we'll see if he sells. But most of that only in the first quarter. So second quarter they need to, and I'm pretty much possibly second half they'll have to wake up.
Very low snap, hits the ground, but he recovered. It's going to be a liner. He's going to catch it around the 30, the 40. He has some room. All the way up to the 50. That's Jimmy Parisi on a great return.
On another one. This is a hard punt to read as a line drive. He had to backtrack for it and gets all the way back to the 50-yard line. So Valpo gets solid field position with 4:42 remaining in the half. So they come off their best 2 drives of the night and might get back-to-back drives, and we might not see Michigan City touch the field for a while. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Marshall handles this, if he tries to chew some clock or if they're just going straight aggressive, score as fast as they can.
We'll see, but Valpo's already at the 50 here, 4:42.
I think with 4:42 they try to score another touchdown.
Osek's going to give it off to Finley, who has a little gap. But he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage.
Gang tackling has been huge for the Michigan City defensive line tonight. This time it's the didn't hear the call on that one. Okay, so number 19 lost his helmet, has to exit the field for a play. He seemed okay. No, Isaiah Gibson sprinted off the field easily, but lost the helmet means you have to come off. Valpo had that in last game. Kellen Hosek lost his helmet on a play. So
See movement from Parisi on second down, but we have a flag, most likely a false start.
Yep, false start is a signal, and it'll go against Valpo. So back 5 yard, and it's another killer penalty. But as I was saying before the helmet malfunction, that play made by the end of the defensive line for Michigan City, who has been good tonight, but not as stellar as the inside.
Yeah, so second and 15, 3:55 here left in the first half. See what Valpo does after they start off with great field position. They're kind of wasting it right now, second and 15, but we'll see how Hosek and his offense recovers.
4 wideouts on the field for Valpo in motion.
Trips on the bottom. It's going to go to Finley, who's hit right away.
He holds on to the football, but like a missile, Drew Peace wants no action. He didn't bring the piece on that hit. Lays out Gage Finley for another loss and another tackle for loss that you can credit to a stellar Michigan City defense. Obviously, these last couple drives haven't been great, but they seem to be back to the way they played all year on this drive.
Yeah, that'll be a loss of 3 yards there on that play.
Third and 17 now. Let's see if Hosek will air it out. He will, but pressure coming. That's going to be to Finley, but flag on the play. He's going to get all the way up to the 45.
Yeah, screen. So it's a screen pass, but the ref signal is an illegal man downfield signal from the ref on the close side, on the near side of the field. So it'll be interesting to see what Michigan City does here. They declined a penalty on the third down that did not get a first down last drive. It resulted in Valpo getting a first down on their second chance on the third down. If City declines this one, Valpo will most likely punt. So, but nobody's moving, so
let's see what they do.
Obviously it backfired last time and Valpo scored.
Yeah.
With the penalty, but they moved back again, so Michigan City accepts it, which is incredibly interesting because it did not work out last time. Now, obviously, this one's going to be a 3rd and 21, so Valpo needs a miracle to get this first down, but an interesting decision to give them the chance at it again.
I think it's smart because it would have put Valpo on Michigan City's 45, and that's definitely go for it territory. So, because that would have been 4th and 5, so it would have been very good.
So the freshman Cooper Gear in the backfield.
Osek is pressured already.
Oh.
Gear.
23 just never turned around for the pass.
Cooper Gear, the freshman running back, not looking for this one. So falls incomplete, and the decision works out. The Valpo punt goes on, but it's also interesting with only 2 minutes and 33 seconds is when the punt snap is going to take place here. Michigan City would have possibly had more time if Valpo would have elected to punt if they did decline the penalty. So obviously a lot of that chess and checkers that football coaches have to go through on a gamely basis.
Faudner with the kick. Ooh. Almost blocked there. He caught around. It's going to be taken down around the 44-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 45.
Yeah, so very good return for Michigan City here.
Damon Thomas right there.
Yeah, he gets a running start. You never want the punt returner to have a running start.
Yeah.
Michigan City starts at their own 45 with 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. So can this offense get back on track? It is pretty important, obviously, as Valpo starts the second half out of a break with the ball. So
big 2 minutes and 24 seconds for Michigan City here. Let's see what they're able to do, as they have been kind of spread out both in the area and on the ground, just unable to get into their end zone.
Unable to get into a groove is what it has felt like. They have these positive plays, but not with consistency.
Hart going deep. The DB never looked. And if he did, it would have been a potential interception.
But it's caught. McKinney again. Throw it up. Zaire McKinney is going to go get that ball, and it is a big play for the Michigan City Wolves. And
yeah, a very good throw. It's going to get him moving now to Thurman. He's going to be taken down 207.
And here's another good look from the Valpo front seven.
Hart so far this game has only gone for the big plays so far. Nothing under. His shortest pass has been 12 yards. So completed passes have been for 12 yards. So he is going down that field and is looking for big plays.
Yeah, it feels like every pass play in this game is going for a first down after the completion.
Hart is going to go to the right side and scramble out on the throw. It's going to be a PI for sure.
This is really interesting. The flag.
There were hands contact.
Aiden Needles is the one in coverage. I'd love to get another look back at this one. A very interesting coverage. It didn't.
From my angle, there was definitely handsy on the arms, but that's going to do it.
I didn't see the exact. I didn't have the best angle on it. I thought maybe a hold, but it'll be interesting to see what the call is, but expect this one to be on the Valpo defense.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's half the distance to the goal, not at the spot of the foul. So
yeah, half a distance, and also not an automatic first down. So it is still second and short for Michigan City.
It's going to be a jet sweep. He has some outside gap, but he'll be taken down.
A yard, maybe, for the Michigan City offense. Maybe 2.
That's going to be Zaire McKinney again. But we saw Drake Collier and we saw Hart. After that last drive, we saw on the field very frustrated. And it was Collier who was throwing hands up. And I guess they sorted it out on the sideline because they looked really good.
Yeah, this drive's gone a lot better. It's going to be third and short. So they have the option at a first down with only 1:24 remaining. City can take that chance on going short. So
So it's going to be another Michigan City timeout. 1:24. They have 1 left in the half.
But so far, it's from what we've seen first 3 games, it's been the main target, McKinney, with 72 yards so far this game.
Yeah, he's been very good tonight, using all of his 6'4" frame to just go up and get the ball and making his quarterback's life easy on some of these throws.
Yeah, 94 of the 72 passing yards are to McKinney.
Stands are stomping here on a big 3rd down. Hart is going to look to pass on the right side. Has McKinney. Touchdown, Michigan City.
And Devin, right as you bring it up, he scores. So Zaire McKinney again, just doing it all for this offense. He scores the potential game-tying touchdown with a PAT to come. So he comes in and comes behind one of the other receivers wide open for an easy touchdown for the Michigan City Wolves.
Yeah. That is, funny enough, Hart's first completion under 10 yards, but it's able to get in the end zone.
The extra point is good. That touchdown is a surf internet touchdown for sure. And
so,
McKinney has been a very good offensive start for them.
Yeah, he's kind of been the story for the Michigan City offense tonight. He sets up this red zone appearance for the Michigan City Wolves as he's the downfield target. He made those catches on the first drive, and then he obviously finishes this one off with a touchdown.
He pretty much has 80% of the receiving yards of this wide receiver.
So he's been great tonight. Valpo will get it back with probably around 1:10 left.
3 timeouts.
They have 3 timeouts, but they get ball. So it'll be very interesting to see how Coach Bill Marshall handles this.
How many do you think they try to score, Johnny, or what do you think?
I think it depends on the first play because Michigan City only has 1 timeout, so they can't really stop the clock to get the ball back. So I think it'll be interesting, though, because if they pass it twice and go incomplete twice and then try to run it on 3rd down, Michigan City would call timeout, and boom, they have the ball right back. So once again, these coaches have to make these tough decisions. Do they try to go for it all? But Valpo's had that big play opportunity passing the ball tonight, so I think they will try to go for it here.
And the kickoff after the touchdown. It's going to be caught short. Has some blocks. Ooh, he has some room. All the way to the 50.
That also could be a big factor in if they try to go for it or
Yeah,
not.
so they kick it to the up man. The linebacker, Ben Fedorchak, takes him to the 50. Only having to go 50 yards in 1:13 is a lot different than having to go 80 yards in 1:13. So Valpo definitely has a chance to go for this one because, and obviously they're close to field goal range already, so they can take the chance at a field goal. Michigan City can't really stop the clock to get the ball back either. So that return is huge, and Ben Fedorchak just set up his offense for a huge potential drive, closing drive.
It takes multiple guys to be able to take down a linebacker there, so, I mean, it's a great play.
Gets taken down hard. That's Chase Lovig. Let's see what Kellen and his offense has got this drive. They're going to move it about 5 or 6 yards here. They're going to mark him with 6.
Yeah, so throws him right into the defender, but Lovig holds on. They get 7 yards on this, so no spike coming. Valpo time under 50 seconds.
Osek looking to pass again on the left side. Does he corral it? No, he does not. It's going to be incomplete. He's going to stop the clock, though. 42.6.
Intended target Sam Bernard. This one's just kind of underthrown by Kellen. Obviously not the most terrible thing in the world because if Bernard would have caught that, he goes down inbounds. They do get the first down, but the clock continues to roll here. They get to kind of reset and draw up something to get towards the sideline on this 3rd down. But Valpo still does have 3 timeouts, so they have the affordability to go out of it.
Yeah, 3-3 here. Let's see what they do with 42 seconds left on the clock.
Here in the stands, you can hear the Blackhawk getting ready to take off and leave again. I see its lights on.
Hosek, it's going to be deflected. It's going to be 4th down. What do you do if you're Valpo here?
With only 40 seconds left and the leg of the Michigan City kicker, I would definitely go for this because this is not even if City gets the ball here, you just got to stop that deep ball to McKinney, and you'll probably halt Michigan City from being able to score.
But at that point, but at the same time, can this Valpo secondary stop a deep ball?
That is a very true question. But
the
I think they're willing, because obviously if they can get a first down here, they're set up very nicely to have a chance at a field goal at least.
Hosek on 4th down, drops back to pass, has an open route, gets blocked by his own O-lineman. Will he get the first? There's going to be a flag. It might be a...
So 2 flags are down.
Kellen for sure did get the first down if this...
He got right to the marker.
It
This
looks
will
like...
be an interesting call. This could end up being 15 yards. I don't want to...
Wow.
But there was 2 flags on this one on both. So
the O-line
I don't know if it was confusion,
Valpo.
but...
yeah, obviously with 2 flags down, there's a potential of 2 guys going holding. And that's what it'll be. The Blackhawk leaving the stadium right now. So they replay the down. The Valpo punt crew will come out with 32 seconds left, punt it back to Michigan City, which will probably bring this half to a close, I'd assume.
This Valpo O-line causing another penalty or just loss of yards. And now we could come back and look at this play later in the game if it does end by a 3-point difference.
Very much so.
Very interesting. We see a trick play right here.
Would be in the realm of possibility.
But it isn't. Almost blocked again, but that's a very good kick. It's going to push them to their 10. We're taken out at the 15.
And a good tackle made. So 26 seconds and 85 yards to go. So Michigan City, I would assume, would just kneel this one, take it to half. But I don't know if they really can do that. Valpo does have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
So obviously, if in that situation, they're still going to run off time, but Valpo has the ability to stop the clock and get the ball back. So, and with the way their return game has gone tonight, it's very interesting to see how these couple downs will go. Expect the run from City, though.
It's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look outside, right side. Has Collier deep. Almost intercepted. It's going to take out about 8 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they're throwing Gage Finley in coverage, and Gage Finley forces an incompletion. So the running back going out and playing corner. The guy who wore number 1 last year did this a lot. Julian Stokes played corner and wide receiver for the Valparaiso Vikings. Here, another 2-way player. City tries to air it out. They go on the go route to Collier.
I mean, Marshall didn't very much like the secondary, so he throws out his running back.
Pressure in the backfield. Has to throw down the run again, looking for Collier.
It's the same guy Finley was covering.
And Collier wants a flag, a little arm grab, and he's talking to the ref.
Definitely not enough for a penalty, but they have ran time off, so the clock's now down to 9 seconds. So no chance at anything for Valpo if a punt were to happen, except for the return itself.
We have a lot of talking back and forth between Ben Fedorchuk as he did the seatbelt celebration.
Well, him and Gage Finley are friends, so celebrating his friend playing coverage.
3rd down, we have a flag, most likely to be a false start.
That's what it's signaled as. So
we go on Michigan City.
I mean, at this point, from Gage being able to stop the pass twice, out of this second half, we see Gage playing a bit more corner.
He's keeping up with Collier, but obviously they can't. As a running back, it's hard to do both because you're
constantly playing. But if they get one more point, then do they stop playing Gage at running back and just have him play the corner there? Because he's looking good, able to stop their main guy twice.
He's got to beat a little bit. He's gotten a little lucky, but they're going to hand this one off. Let's see, he's not going to get the first, but Valpo's just going to let the clock run out. It's going to be the end of the first half. We're tied at 7 at Viking Field.
It's just a little thing to think about going into the next half, about what they do with Gage based on how he looked here.
And we're in for a good one in the second half of this one on Patriot night at Viking Stadium in Valparaiso, Indiana. But we have a sideline with Andrew.
3, 2, 1.
Can't hear him.
I'm not hearing him. I don't think the audio's on.
And we are going to go to break. We will be right back.
What have you been doing? Looking for a new internet provider. You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees and price lock for life.
Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with auto pay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
September 13th, ARW returns for a one-of-a-kind event. A huge 4-on-4 elimination tag team main event to see who is the very best of the best in what we call survival of the fittest.
This is a wild game of survival.
On one side, the Indiana State champion, team captain James Creed. Since becoming champion, Creed has become a menace, taking no prisoners on his path to glory. The self-proclaimed always and forever, choosing to align himself with two of ARW's brightest stars. First, the technical assassin, Jake O'Neal. With almost 20 years of experience, Jake has made himself an adequate choice for not only Team Creed, but any roster of any company he decides to call home. A submission specialist in his own right, Jake is joined by his tag team partner, a man with unlimited potential, Jerome Summers. Jerome gives a sense of unpredictability. Joining Creed and O'Neal, it seems the newly formed Sempiternal look to make their mark as a unit. In the final spot, a wise choice by Creed, the vicious CMOS Dave. An ARW veteran, it doesn't look like his destructive ways will change anytime soon. If looks could kill, it's almost a foregone conclusion that Team Creed will be the dominant force coming out of survival of the fittest. But that's where we switch gears. On the opposite side of the fence, led by the ARW champion himself, let's take a closer look at Team Glover. Greg finally accomplished a 15-year goal at Black and Blue Wednesday last year, becoming the champion. His first choice, an upstart, that pushed Greg to his limit back at Summer Games. The pulse of ARW, Brendan Balling. A fan favorite, with his drive and determination, it won't be easy to keep this man down. Rounding out the team, two members of one of ARW's top factions. First, Judas Chavez. Much like Brendan, Judas knows all about being in the ring with Glover. Looking to continue building his family legacy, a win would be all the momentum that Judas needs ahead of a monumental October and November. Last, another member of Cult Classic, Joshua Moon. A former Indiana State champion himself, Moon is arguably the most familiar with all these participants. His rivalry with Sempiternal is still present, and his history with the others might just make him the best possible teammate of them all. The field, as they say, is set. 8 men, 2 teams, 1 to be victorious. Team Creed versus Team Glover. Whose side are you on?
This is a wild game of survival.
farm, but farmers in general, they're lacking that final tool, gases, and they need it. And Stop Fire, it's the most aggressive, effective fire suppression gas on the planet.
You know, first off, this progress. I've been doing this show every other year. It's next year it's in Boone, but it swaps back and forth. The Farm Progress Show has really come a long way in the last 23 years that I've been attending this show. For instance, this tent is incredible.
Hi, I'm Angela, and I'm with PC3 Media, and I'm here today interviewing
Thomas Ian Nicholas.
All right, Thomas, what was your favorite part about being in the band, and how is your band going so far?
Well, I've been playing in Valparaiso since 2008. I've played many venues here. This was probably the most fun show because obviously we know that Valparaiso is the hometown of Orville Redenbacher. I have a photo from like 2015, on the park bench next to the statue of Orville. So to play Popcorn Fest was quite an honor. I feel like it only took me however many years that is, I can't do the math, from 2008 to 2025 to finally play Popcorn Fest.
Yes. Okay, my next question is, how is your hot dog stand going?
The hot dog stand is going well. We did a 1 month pop-up at Lincoln Kitchen here in Valpo back in November. It was only supposed to be 1 month. It went so well, we were there for 10 months. Yeah. So we are shutting the doors on the pop-up in Valpo, but with big plans to come back in a big way. So stay tuned for Henry's Hot Dogs Part 2.
We will. And then my final question is the Rookie of the Year movie. What was like the process of filming that, and then when was that released?
So I shot Rookie of the Year, the movie, in 1992 in Chicago, and we were at Wrigley Field for an entire month. The film was released in July of 1993. It was an amazing experience, and I think it's kind of tied me into the Chicago area. And for all intents and purposes, Valparaiso's only a stone's throw from Chicago. There's my band that was from here. My drummer was from Valpo. My guitar player was from Portage. When we would tour around back in 08, 09, 2010, and they would ask where they were from, they would just say Chicago. Yeah. They should have owned Valpo, though.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, Thomas. I really appreciate it. You have a great one.
What have you been doing? Looking for a new internet provider? You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees, and price lock for life.
Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with auto pay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Hey, what's like?
We are back at Viking Field for second half action of this almost at Minnesota. We are not in Minnesota. We're in Valparaiso, Indiana. Michigan City Wolverines versus Valparaiso Vikings. It is 7-7 after the first half. We saw a lot of great offense, but
the defense has prevailed. It's kind of the story of the half. The interior, the front sevens of both these teams has looked stellar tonight. So it'll be interesting to see if that play continues. I feel like it could be expected from both these teams from the games we've seen this year, obviously. Valpo's front seven was great against Penn. The front seven and front eight was great against Penn. And Michigan City's front seven, we talked about it all pregame, has been great all year. So,
yeah, we saw McKinney has been a great resurgence for this Michigan City offense. Very big, very strong, has been definitely a great source. He had their touchdown. He's the guy you look for in the field who's always going to have a ball.
And as Devin said, he has about 80% of the Michigan City receiving yards. That
Yeah.
might be more now after the touchdown.
So far for Michigan City, we got 103 passing yards to the 55 rushing yards for Michigan City. They've been very efficient on the ground and the air so far, both beating out Valpo. Valpo's at 53 rushing yards and 83 passing yards. So far, it's been pretty similar in the run game, bit more on the passing game for Michigan City.
Yeah, Collier. He had
yeah.
a lot of targets, but he did not have any receptions in the half. But we saw Hart kept trying to target him, but every single time it was either an overthrow, flag, or just couldn't hold on to it. But look for him to be a second half resurgence, and look for him to want the ball a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, he has a touchdown this season. Expect him to get going in this second half. But Jim Priestley's also been great for Valpo tonight. It's kind of been a wide receiver duel between these two. Who can get more yards per catch right now for these two wide receivers has kind of been the story of the first half. That and along with how well the front sevens have played for both front seven and front eight for both teams respectively.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sam Venard get any completed receptions so far
he's been
tonight.
targeted a couple times, a couple misfires from Kellen. They had a huge miss on a second down. That would have been a first down on the last drive of Valpo's first half. And then, Devin, as you talked about, Gage Finley, will we see more of him in pass coverage in the second half? Because he played at the end. The first half was that more of a special scenario because Michigan City was only trying to throw deep balls. So interesting to see how that handles. And then we saw Cooper Gear, the freshman running back, come in. And Coach Marshall told Brody and I before the game when we were in our small little chat with him that he could be seen at quarterback tonight. So
yeah,
he scored. That's how he scored in the last game. Kellen's helmet came off. He subbed in, and they kind of just ran a wildcat play for him, and he scored his first career touchdown, the freshman running back. But Marshall did tell that to us, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets more snaps because he didn't play a ton of snaps. But if Gage is going to start playing on the defensive end, will Cooper Gear start filling the role in the offense?
I mean, if it's a 7-7 game, and this secondary for Valpo has not looked good, and funny enough, Gage Finley so far has looked like the best guy. Granted, he's been out there twice that we've seen, but he stopped their main guy in McKinney twice. So Collier, they've been able to stop, who's also been pretty good. So it's just, I think Finley should try some secondary reps here. Go ahead and let Gear play the running back and try to do something else as we're talking about the run game. I mean, Kellen can also run as well if you want to replace the production there, and then Gear can run as well, and then let Finley play in that secondary. I think that would be a fun and interesting way to go throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, we saw Hart, a lot of RPOs, a lot of rushing attempts for him. Don't be surprised if these two offenses get hot and get going in the second half. But Valpo won the coin toss, elected to defer, so they will start with the ball in the second half.
Yeah, Hart, as you're talking about, has 7 rush attempts for 13 yards. But in the air, he's had 13 attempts, 6 completions for 103 yards.
Yeah, and then Valpo gets it first as they deferred. So they were not able to score at the end of the first half. Will they be able to score on the opening drive of the second half? As we get ready for play.
Little clock malfunctions. We saw the clock already going down.
Everyone getting in position, getting ready to get going again as the refs find their spots.
time here on the kickoff to start.
The refs were not ready in position. Interesting to see, but there's that whistle.
And the second half has now started with a squib kick. He's going to take it to the 30. Has some room to the 35, but that was very interesting to see the squib kick implemented there.
Interesting to go kick it to the up man. Ben Fedorchuk took it to the 50 last time, so both these teams don't want to give it to the deep returners. So interesting to see the repeated decision that didn't work out in the first half for Michigan City.
We saw a lot
this time
from
it's a lot better.
We saw a lot from that last year with the squib kicks. It might have been Andrean that we saw it a lot from.
Yeah, didn't want to give it to Julian Stokes after his kickoff return in that game. So
yeah,
interesting to see it come back out tonight.
Osek is going to take it himself. Quarterback run play, but gets hit right in the head. A hard hit. He's going to get about 3 yards there.
Yeah, Callan has really taken some shots tonight, sacrificing that body in the run game tonight. He's been effective on the ground, but obviously you like the 4-yard gain on first down, 4 to 5 yard gain. They marked it as 4 in the stadium, but that is where the ball is. That's a 5-yard gain.
Is Kellen lining up?
And look who's out there at running back right now. It is not Gage Finley.
That's Cameron Smith.
Kellen just lined up at wide receiver.
Yeah, so there's Cooper Gear. He gets the quarterback keeper. I mean, also you could just call this a wildcat play.
Yeah.
He's not throwing it, so.
That reminds me of the Philly special, huh?
Doesn't really go anywhere, but obviously Bill Marshall likes his tricks in the offensive side of the things, but this one doesn't work out in his favor as much.
So we have a 3rd and 6 here, and then early 3 and out.
Gage Finley also back on the field, so we'll see how it goes.
Potential chance for an early 3 and out.
Yeah, not what Valpo wanted to start with.
Finley in motion. Overthrow what we saw.
Just assails it.
That was Ethan Buskirk breaks through the line and causes pressure for Kellen to overthrow that. That was our
our player to watch, but also Kellen, I don't really know how much this affected him. He didn't really see Busnick. Yeah. I mean, he probably saw him out of the corner of his eye, calls him to rush this, throw it high, but just a kind of a complete misfire here and a costly one that's going to force Valpo to punt on their opening drive.
Yeah, 3 and out here. Only took a minute and a half off the clock. That's not what you want to do to start off this half. The momentum there just shifts a lot towards Michigan City. The kick is up. Very strong kick. Doesn't get the bounce. It goes out of bounds at the 32.
Unfriendly Valpo bounce. So the Valpo Turf Monsters only appeared once tonight. Hasn't been very active since that first big Valpo bounce. So Michigan City gets solid field position right at the 31-yard line. Can they get something going? Their offense is also, we were talking about it, they had that good opening drive, then a drop catch and a missed field goal. The offense kind of halted, then they got some consistency, scored that touchdown, and then obviously that end of the half drive was very rushed, but that's just due to the lack of time. So here, see if they can get back to that touchdown drive efficiency from the Michigan City offense.
Yeah, you see Collier and Laurent at the bottom of your screen. But Hart, step back to throw. Going for Laurent, but it's going to be picked off over the middle.
Yeah, just a terrible read here. Wide to the safety, deep back. This one's picked off, and just a very bad ball from Hart.
Yeah, that's tried going for Laurent. Obviously didn't get the grip on it. Underthrew it by a lot and easily picked off.
I don't really know who the target was. He threw it in between 2 guys, just right to the safety. Back in coverage for the interception, Eli McGee making a huge interception, the sophomore free safety.
Coming in for Nick Fry, too, who
is out with injury. A huge turning point in this game, and he gives Valpo great field position.
Yeah, the offense is right back out there. 1 play,
and
1 interception.
Never what you want to see to start the half. Valpo has to call a timeout with just 10 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And in a close game like this, timeouts are very important. So to be clock management becomes ever more important with the loss of a timeout very early on.
Yeah, we saw Valpo just have to punt the ball, and now they get the ball right back. Let's see if they're able to take advantage of this good field position. We saw them take advantage of it once, not take advantage of it once. So.
Really interesting because it's the first play of the drive, too. Just misfire. These two quarterbacks not off to hot starts in the second half, to say the least. Two talented quarterbacks, too. Just two misfires.
Yeah, Hart has looked really good tonight, running and passing. Passing on the run has been his biggest strength tonight. But Hosek on the fake, he's getting pressured.
And this one
not
sailed,
complete.
and
It's
he got a
gonna be
late hit, so.
Yeah, it's going to be roughing the passer. But on the pressure, it's Ethan Buskirk again.
He kind of looks a little sluggish after trying to chase down Kellen Hosek. So flag is down. Kellen hit the turf, and the flag was thrown right after Kellen hit the turf. Another misfire. So, but that one obviously shown on the run and was pressure. The intended target would have been the first catch of the year for Matteo Machici, the tight end, and he doesn't get his first catch on the airmail, and it is roughing the passer.
It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be a first down.
And with all that pressure, here's one of those negatives. They obviously we talked about Buskirk was our player to watch. He brings the pressure here and almost gets a sack. He's got a couple of those this year, but this one it kind of backfires. He hits Kellen late and sends Valpo to the 30-yard line.
First down after the flag. Parisi in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Finley. He's going to get about 2 yards on that.
Yeah, that interior defensive line for Michigan City looks good again here as it kind of shuts down another run. Evans, the one on the tackle.
Yeah, plays both sides of the ball there.
Oh, yeah, Damian Evans, the one on the tackle. So kind of shuts down that one. And Valpo second and long. So obviously the passing has been aggressive, but two misfires by Kellen on the previous two attempts. Interesting to see how they handle the second and long.
2nd and 8. Kellen's going to drop back, looking to run it. Taken nowhere.
This one goes maybe a yard, yeah. Right back to the line of scrimmage. So the interior defensive line from Michigan City steps up again, forces a no gain. Valpo is in the range of Trevor Faulkner. This was obviously be a very deep one, but he has the leg to kick from here. Obviously, we got to worry about trying to get one off from 52, and with the field goal already being blocked tonight.
Hosek scrambles out to the right side on a play action. Has his man.
He throws a dart to Jamie Parisi on the far side. It's caught, so it's going to be 4th and really short. A very far hit out of bounds. No late hit call or anything. No flags are down. But Parisi holds on right on the sideline, so 4th and short. And I expect some Valpo to go for it, even not taking the field goal.
I think we're about to see a tush push here, and we do. But it looks like it's going to go. Oh.
I think he got it. The sticks might get brought up for this one.
This is close.
Very, very close. He kind of fell to the right side of the offensive line. Refs get together. They make the call, first down.
Moving the sticks here. We keep saying more and more late tackles, late hits, unnecessary contact as this game goes on.
There was a downfield block that got held for too long, but I don't think it was anything personal. They're locked into blocking.
See, first down, Valpo. They're 2 for 2 now, I believe, on 4th down conversions.
Keeping track of everything else tonight.
It feels right, but this one goes nowhere. And once again, this interior defensive line for Michigan City is just so opposing to the opposing offenses. This one goes nowhere.
Isaiah Gibson on that tackle.
Yeah, so now it's going to be 2nd and 11. Valpo goes backwards. Obviously, 2nd and 10.
No, I think that's
Called
11.
second and 11.
Second
very close.
and 11.
Oh, they just switched it on the board.
Scoreboard and stadium not caught up with me tonight, I guess.
Just not as good.
Too fast for them on second down. And then a drop pass.
Incomplete. That one kind of went backwards, though. I'm very interested. Gage makes no attempt to dive on this one. Very interesting decision. Kind of just let it go. This could have been disaster because this is a throw into the backfield.
Yeah.
Could very well be called a backwards pass and can be ruled a fumble. So,
Hey, Johnny,
sketchiness for Valpo now.
as of right now, until maybe the last 2 minutes in the fourth, it seems Gage will be the running back, and we'll see possibly a corner play later in the game. But it doesn't seem he'll be playing both sides right now.
Osek with pressure. Parisi trying to cut through. Did he get it?
He's 3 yards short. Flag is down. I think it's going to come back. The holding signaled by the head official. So that kind of pushes Valpo out of field goal range, too. That is a killer penalty, again, from this offensive line. Just these penalties have really been killer. Yeah. This is...
So Valpo has 7 penalties tonight to the Michigan City's 3.
Yeah. I mean, a lot have been on the offensive line, too. I feel like a lot of this can be credited to the mixing up of positions. But Alex Burkett has missed other games this year, too, so it's not entirely like they've never played these positions before. Interesting to see how these penalties keep shaking up what's going on.
I mean, as you're saying, Trevor could possibly make this kick. It's not impossible.
Just a
for
deep
his great leg.
Third down, Hosek over the middle to Lovig at the 5. A good cut. Touchdown, Valpo.
Chase Lovig, we mentioned it in the pregame. Against Penn, it felt like he was huge on every third down. How about you score Kellen's second passing touchdown of the year on a great crossing route? What a cut. Jukes out 2 defenders for the touchdown. Chase Lovig finds pay dirt, and the Vikings are back on top.
13-7 here. Kellen's looking like his former self. He said second pass and touchdown of the year, his second of the game. It's a very good way to get back on your feet.
And now Trevor gets to make the easier kick of the field goal.
Extra point.
Or extra point.
It's okay. But we're going to have a...
Yeah, so you jinxed it, Devin. It's not going to be as easy. It's about to get moved back 5 yards.
Announcer
so
jinx at its
Devin,
finest.
I hope you feel happy over there, jinxing the field. Oh, maybe not. Oh, never mind.
I mean, I jinxed it earlier with the block punt. So, I mean, and I did it last year as well multiple times. I'm just great at it at this point.
Don't be proud. It was encroachment on Michigan City declined, so I was wrong. No change of field position.
Kick is up, and it is
A
good.
low one, but good.
14-7 Valpo, 7:27 after the Chase Lovick touchdown.
Strike from Kellen right over the middle, and Valpo has the momentum again, but we're in for a good one. Right when Valpo scored and got the ball back with a chance to exceed the lead, Michigan City came right down, scored a touchdown, tied us at 7 earlier tonight. So interesting. How will Hart respond, especially coming off the interception? It is very critical to Michigan City to see how they can come back from a interception and that immediately leads to a Valpo touchdown.
Yeah, that was a Surf Internet touchdown from the Valpo offense.
But as the Valpo kickoff team gets ready to kick one deep, expect another short one from Trevor Faudner. That's what he's done all night, and let's see where he lines up.
Let's see if the turf monster that Johnny calls is able to strike here.
But, I mean, we talked about in the first half, in the pregame, the keys to the game for all three of us. Devin, obviously yours, we kind of have to wait to see how the game plays out to see if your key to the game works out. Obviously, it seems right now Valpo's offense is riding the ship. They've performed better. The passing game has looked way better than it has all year.
It's just, can the defense hold this lead as well now?
Good short kick there. He's finding some gaps. He's still up and taken down at the 37. But talking about my keys was run, Gage, run. For him to go off, get a lot of rushing attempts. But we haven't really seen much. He's broken some tackles. Hasn't really exploded other outside that one run that we had. But
Yeah, Finley had that one big run, his 6th run attempt for 22 yards. Otherwise, only has 25 yards on the day.
And I don't want to toot my own horn, but my key to the game for Valpo was for them to get Kellen going, and that could lead to success. And Kellen's looked great tonight. And right now, Valpo's having success.
It's a fake here, faked out a lot of people.
And then, obviously, I'll speak for Brody and I. Our keys to the game were pressure for Michigan City. And when they've been at their best is when they're getting pressure to Kellen and they're shutting down the run game. And Devin, you just mentioned it, outside of one run from Gage, they have really shut down the Valpo running attack. And when this Valpo offense has struggled to move the ball through the air, it has been because of Michigan City pressure.
2nd and 9 here, 6:45. Hart took that one himself last. He's going to drop back to pass over the middle. That's going to all the way up to the 45. That's going to be to Mikhail Lawrence.
Yeah, that's a strike right over the middle. And that's just another one where, well, there's 2 linebackers here. I think a miscommunication between them. He splits the linebackers and is wide open. So, and this is what was working for Michigan City on that opening drive where they moved the ball extremely well with these over-the-middle passes, and it's kind of been a weak point of the Valpo passing defense this year.
Hart dropping back to pass again on the left side. Has a man downfield.
Yeah, he is out of bounds. So McKinney, the intended target, just floated out of bounds, not aware of where he was on the sideline, and he falls out of bounds for an incompletion, and it would have been a huge play near touchdown.
Yeah, that would have put him in the red zone for sure.
Yeah,
that was a very hard throw to make.
Yeah.
But 2nd and 10 here, 6:16 left. On the 44, Hart overthrows again. That was intended to not Ethan Bursick.
Stewart. Yeah, he's struggling to have some touch over the top, but also frustration again. He immediately turns to the sideline. Hart does. He's a little frustrated. So obviously these miscues in the Michigan City passing game are showing.
Big 3rd down here. Hart stepping back as the pressure rolls to the left. Over the left side. What are they going to rule it? They're going to rule it a catch.
Toe tapping on the sideline. Another one of these catches. And Bill Marshall not happy with that one. And one of the Valpo coaches very upset with the outcome of that play. We got a great shot of it thanks to our camera crew, and it leads to a Michigan City 1st down right at the 30-yard line.
Halfway through this 3rd quarter, we've seen a lot of explosive offense. There's a run up the middle. He's still going. He'll get about 5 yards.
Yeah. Good gain for Michigan City, and they've kind of gotten away from that. These 5-yard runs to open like sets of downs that they did a lot on the first time, but they go back to the quick trigger.
2nd and 5. It's another handoff. Be taken down pretty hard.
Reese Baylog once again shifting out to DN this week with the loss of a starter, and he's been great on that edge. But back to my point, Michigan City hasn't really been able to get those looks. These 5-yard short but positive 1st down gains it's been either 1st down for a 20-yard gain or waiting till 3rd down to finally do something. So
yeah, Baylog's gonna come off the field looking a little sluggish there, but
3rd and 5.
Over the top left side, did he catch it? They're gonna
prove
rule
me
it a
wrong.
catch.
Real quick, how about some touch over the top of a defender's head? What a ball from Hart. From the opposite hash, too. He's lined up on the opposite hash of the field. He's got to throw this one across the field, and it's a good ball. And Michigan City's inside the 10, so 1st and goal incoming.
That was a very good ball. That was dotted perfectly right into his arms, got the toe tap.
And now McKinney has 104 receiving yards tonight.
He's been unbelievable.
That's what I said for our 2nd half opening. But Hart's going to take him himself up the middle, has a hole. Michigan City touchdown.
Well, Johnny, the ship seems to be slightly sinking again.
That's another Surf Internet touchdown for you.
And there's that mix of efficiency and big plays that Michigan City has gotten away from. On that drive, it was obviously the big plays, kind of the highlight, but more of those short intermediate gains that help this offense get going. And a huge run, Hart smart on the keeper, good decision, and he scores the game-tying touchdown for the Michigan City Wolves.
Collier still looks a little bit upset on the sideline after not really seeing a lot of targets, receptions there, so definitely have to talk that out throughout to the coach. But we're tied 14 with 4:56. It's a very good game so far.
Yeah, Collier still has 0 receiving yards tonight, and he coming into the game was he's the wide receiver 3, so I mean he's only had 4 receptions before tonight, so I mean he has been the 3rd guy.
We've seen targets, and the targets that have ended up being misfires, I think, are why he's a little upset tonight.
But Lauren also doing really good. Wide receiver 2, number 7, he's got 65 receiving yards. So it's just 2 guys, but I mean, it's doing really well.
And well, I asked before that drive how Hart would respond to throwing an interception. Go score your own touchdown, and you're not going to care about the interception. He leads his team to a game-tying touchdown drive as he knots us with 4:56 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
14-14 now. We are all tied up here at Viking Field. It's looking like a good one. It's a nice night out tonight.
It's really cooled off. It was 80 degrees here in Valpo today, but it's outside is cool, and up here in the booth, we're not getting a lot of it.
It feels like 90 in here.
It's going to be caught around the 15. He's going to take it all the way up. We're going to have a flag on top of your screen, if you could see it.
Good eyes, Brody. I didn't catch it. Interesting. We'll have to wait for what the call is. Expect this one to be a hold and move Valpo back.
What a prediction.
That was Valpo's 8th penalty of the night for 40 total penalty yards to Michigan City 35 and 3 penalties.
So, yeah, just another...
It's just a bunch of little small penalties, but they add up over time.
Just killer. And, like, you never want to start at the 20-yard line. They got 80 yards to go. Valpo has succeeded on short fields tonight. They've struggled on these longer drives. So now they got to start with 80 yards in front of them if they want to score another touchdown.
Yeah, great opportunity to chew clock at the same time as well. But 1st and 10 on your own 19.
Well, it's tied up right now, so, I mean, they need to score before they start chewing clock at the same time.
Hosek, that's going to be picked off.
What a play.
Over the middle.
What a grab. Drew Peace, once again, not being peaceful to the Valparaiso off.
It's Devontae Fields on that one.
And that gives Michigan City great field position.
Yeah, what a play. I mean, knocks it out of the air with one hand, corrals it with 2. And another interception by Kellen this year. That's his 4th on the season in as many games. So just a killer interception that sets up Michigan City, whose offense is hot with good field position.
1st down after the interception to Thurman. Finds a little gap. It's going to be about 3 yards there. But Kellen, he saw the vision there, kind of just underthrew his man.
Yeah. Parisi was open. He's the intended target, just underthrown a little bit. Also an unbelievable play.
Yeah, the one-handed, off the hand, has to corral it in and gets
Fields
it.
makes an unbelievable grab on that one. So
Michigan City is not going out without a fight here. 4-13, 2nd and 8. We're all tied up here at Viking Field. Be motion. Hart's going to take it himself.
And he got a 1st down. So Hart keeping it again. And he is coming alive running the football. He was good in the 1st half, but now with the touchdown, and he gets probably 10 yards here, 9 or 10 yards here on this one. A very good run for Hart. And Michigan City moves the chains again.
Yeah. 10. Might be an RPO jet sweep right there. We saw Collier on the motion, so.
The motion by both these teams has opened up opportunities.
It's going to be another run up the middle. He's going to get about 4 yards there.
Interesting, Hart was not on the field for that play. They ran it, and he comes back onto the field for a 2nd and 7 for his offense. Cam Asbell, one of those interior defensive linemen, holds this run to only 3 yards.
Yeah, we have a 2nd and 8 now. We're all tied up at 14. If you just tuned in, motion again. Up the middle, Hart's gonna take it, but get thrown down.
And that one goes nowhere. Evan Courtney shuts this one down, and that's one of the key parts of this front 7, one of those linebackers who can turn it on at any time. A huge play for
Yeah, Hart's going to lose a yard there on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now. Let's see what Crown Point's or not.
Yeah, from the strong
Michigan
legs.
City's able to do.
From the strong legs of Hart on 3rd down, right side. He has Lauren. It's going to be picked off in the end zone. That's Aiden Needles in his first varsity start.
He gets an interception. How about go up and get one, too?
Yeah.
I didn't see the intended target.
It was Malik Lauren on
It was
that
Malik
one.
Lauren. I was going to say if it was
Underthrown ball,
McKinney,
but he got up there.
but he still has to go up and get one. And go save a touchdown, and the Vikings get it right back. So back-to-back interceptions. 3 picks have already been thrown in the second half. The turnovers
coming
weren't there in the first half.
Coming into tonight, both quarterbacks had 3 interceptions apiece. Now they have 4.
And this is Valpo's first interception of the year, third turnover. Obviously, they blocked the punt, forced a fumble in the Week 1 game, haven't forced a turnover since.
And Aiden is coming. He didn't play last year for football. He's coming back as a senior playing. He played freshman year, and then now he's coming back and made a great play to help Valpo here. This is a great play by Aiden Needles.
A little trick play, but
did not work. That one was shut down, snuffed out immediately. Fake toss, give to Jimmy Priestley, and it goes nowhere. The Michigan City defense all over it.
2:20 left in this quarter. This second half is flying by. Still at 14-14. Great offensive drives, great defensive plays.
Yeah.
It's all here.
It's been a fun one. I mean, there's still plenty of time for some even crazier plays to go down, but how will Valpo handle a 2nd and very long?
Motion by Parisi on the 2nd and 16. Hosek to drop back. Has pressure. Was in the arms of Chase Lovick, but pops out when he hit the ground. 3rd and 16.
It's a drop by Lovick, but it's not that big of a deal. And this one's kind of on Kellen because the design is for Chase Lovick to get up, be able to catch us and get upfield. He's got Jimmy Parisi's downfield, and the other far side, Machichi's going to be over there to give him some blocks, but a low throw doesn't even give him the opportunity to turn upfield.
3rd and 16 here, a minute 49. We have trips on the bottom of your screen. Hosek steps back. Pressure, take it down around the 2. Let's see where they mark this one.
That's going to be on the 1 yard line. So Trevor is going to have a shaky punt right here. He's going to be punting from basically out of bounds. The Michigan City punter was backed up to the, and he barely got it off. This one's going to be very difficult to get off.
But yeah, it sucks. Valpo's unable to get anything, but that was a great play by the Valpo defense. At least able to keep it tied still for now. So now it's going back to Michigan City. Let's see if Valpo's defense able to hold it down again.
Interesting to see how this punt goes.
Good blocks there. It's all the way up to the 50. What a punt, but the bounce back. He's going to pick it up. It's going to be a flag on the play, but
didn't that go 60 yards in the air? Or
call it 60, yeah, probably like 58 because he takes a step forward. But interesting to see what the call is. This bounce, Valpo, it bounced toward the Valpo players. I couldn't see if they hit it or not. The penalty was called. I didn't hear it. It said no yardage attached, so
Michigan City's going to take over here now. 52 seconds on the 46-yard line.
Well, they just started in a very similar location, so now it's, can they convert with the short field position?
We'll find out here. Hart, another drive after the interception. He bounced back last time. Let's see what he does now. He's going to give it off to Thurman. Thurman's going to get stopped dead in his tracks.
This one goes nowhere. The interior defensive line of the Valparaiso Vikings, who has been great all night, continues to shut down the Michigan City run as this game goes on.
Michigan City will probably get one more play in before the fourth quarter starts.
At least one, and they're running it down, so probably only one.
2nd down and 10 here on the 46-yard line. Hart's going to drop back to pass. Right side. That's Collier on the catch, his first catch of the night. He's got to be happy after that one.
Gets the first down, Devin, I'm sorry to say. They will get another play. He stepped out of bounds, so the clock stops at 9 seconds, and a good 10-yard grab for Collier that changes it back to first down. So
might be another announcer jinx from Devin. 2nd of the night. It's going to be a handoff. Left side is a gap, but it's going to be taken down.
Good gang tackling by the Valparaiso Vikings. Met by a lot of Vikings, and it brings us to the end of the third quarter.
14-14 here at Viking Field. We've seen a lot of action from both these sides. The defense for Valpo has looked very good and very shaky at the same time.
Story to be said for both teams. These defenses have looked great, and then they allowed a huge touchdown play, but a very interesting third quarter.
Yeah, we're going to take you down to the sideline with Andrew.
Thanks, guys. It's been really exciting down here. With a handful of interceptions and each team's coaches losing their minds, it's getting really suspenseful down here. No one knows who can win. If the ball's in both of their court, it's getting really suspenseful. Back to you in the booth.
Thank you, Andrew. Start of this fourth quarter is coming up, and Michigan City has the ball on Valpo 33. We're going to switch sides, and we're going to be back in just a second.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with auto pay. Visit
We're back here at Viking
surfinternet.com.
Field for the start of the fourth quarter, and starting things off right away. Hart is going to take it himself. A little shifty move. That's close, but over the hands of Collier. But I thought he stepped over the line of scrimmage, and
You're allowed to step back and throw forward, so that is allowed. Interesting decision. It almost
worked
had
out.
Collier for a touchdown. You are allowed to do that, though, and it's also, as long as any part of your body is behind the line of scrimmage, you're allowed to make the throw, so it can literally be your pinky toe. So, interesting decision, though, but he was also smart enough to get back behind it to make the throw. Still, valiant effort for no gain.
That's just good awareness by Hart there.
3rd down and 8 here. Hart steps back to pass. Might take it himself, looking right side, scrambling, pointing. Caught over the right side. It's going to be taken down. It might be a horse collar.
Yeah, late flag coming in, and he's taken down at the 12-yard line, but this one might get moved a little bit closer. So another costly penalty for the Valparaiso Vikings tonight. Obviously, the 6 haven't been moved, but
we're either looking at a horse collar or face mask. I saw on the tackle.
I don't know. The odds are their way this one's on Michigan City.
Yeah, face mask.
So half a distance to the goal, puts them on the 6-yard line, and Michigan City, just like that, it was 3rd and 8, and now another huge play on a 3rd down in this game sets up Michigan City right at the 6-yard line.
Don't be surprised if you see Hart run this one in right now. It's going to be a run up the middle for Thurman, though. Are they going to mark him in? Yes, they do. Touchdown, Michigan City. And that's a Surf Internet touchdown for you.
Yeah, a great run by Thurman here, right up the middle, gets his blocks. A very good job by the Michigan City offensive line to hold through, and Michigan City is on top, and a little bit of life ripped out of Viking Stadium as it's probably the quietest it's been all night.
Johnny, the ship's starting to take on water now at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see if Valpo can get the bucket, start scooping out some water here.
Valpo on this offense needs to do some damage control and at least get some points. But the way this City offense has played these last couple drives, obviously a little bit of an underthrown interception, but other than that, they were driving and looked like they had a chance to touchdown that drive, and then the 2 touchdowns have surrounded that drive. So Valpo, it is very important that they get points here, or they could be facing a 2-score deficit very quick.
Yeah, just 30 seconds. We already see a touchdown in this fourth quarter. (21-14) now. We're waiting the kickoff after the touchdown. We haven't seen a lot. Go.
Valpo's playing behind now. Let's see what Kellen's able to do, as he's got 119 passing yards on the night. Let's see if he's able to add on to that.
And after this kickoff, we'll check in on our players to watch tonight.
Yeah, we saw last year Kellen and his team, they drove back from so many deficits. But this year, new team. The kick is up. It's a liner. It's going to be caught. The 30 has some room, ran to his own blocker, but going to get up to the 34, 33. The Valpo offense is going to take the field.
So part of this Valpo offense is our player to watch for Valpo, Gage Finley. Kind of been shut down by the very effective Michigan City defensive line, and that was our key matchup, was Gage Finley versus Ethan Buskirk,
who has had definitely an impact.
Who has an impact on this game. Yeah. But the front seven of Michigan City as a whole.
Finley has 9 rush attempts, only 25 yards tonight.
Osek's going to give it off to Finley, taken down. That's going to be Cooper Gear. Correction. He's going to come in.
As a Cooper Gear, that freshman, comes in. He scored his first ever touchdown last week as a part of 4 rushing touchdowns scored by the Valparaiso Vikings. This one only goes for 1 yard. Once again, right on cue, the Michigan City front seven delivers another short run for the Valparaiso Vikings that has struggled to get it going on the ground.
I mean, hey, Gears had 2 rush attempts, 2 yards. I mean,
2nd and 9
you want 1 yard, go to him.
21-14, we have motion by Chase Levick here. Osek's going to drop back to pass. Looking, has Parisi over the middle. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, this was a middle screen and a late flag. It seemed to be a legal man downfield, which I think is what this call's going to be, because Kellen holds it for a little too long, and that's what the signal is by the head referee. He got his sideline judge to throw the late flag, so Valpo will be moving back.
Had an opportunity to get the first down there, but couldn't.
So an 18-yard play turns into a minus 10-yard play.
Yeah, just another killer penalty. It's shut down all momentum Valpo's had in the second half, and it was killer in the first half. The penalties starting to really add up.
Valpo's had 9 penalties tonight to Michigan City's 3.
Marshall not happy about this one, questioning this call, but maybe the flag was picked up. I don't know.
2nd and 11, though.
Valpo's moving back. The sticks haven't been moved. The flag has been picked up. The fans are groaning. Interesting with the confusion on this one.
It's never a high school football game without the fans yelling at the refs. So.
Yeah. The legal man downfield is the call. So it gets reset. Nope. There they go. Okay. Moving back. A lot going on with the officials and the men running the sticks tonight. So 2nd and 13 coming for the Valparaiso Vikings.
2nd and 15 now, 21-14. Osek drops back, rolls out right side, on the run, trying to get Parisi, can't.
Yeah, this hit perfectly laid out by Fields, the man with the interception. And very good play that shuts down what could have been a possible 7-yard gain by the Valparaiso Vikings.
Yeah.
Valpo's watching the clock slowly tick down as they are just down, playing behind now.
It's always bad to play behind, but Hosek has been targeting Parisi a lot here this season, so let's see.
It's a 3rd down, so interesting to see where they go with the football.
3rd and 13 now. Hosek over the middle, looking, broken up, intended for Machichi.
Yeah, incomplete once again. This one kind of forced into double coverage. The routes kind of all overlapped here. Nothing really opened up. An interesting route concept from the Valparaiso Viking, and forced to punt it away.
So Valpo's going to be on their own 32, punting this one away. Hopefully trying to look to get it to around 40.
Yeah. I mean, the returners all night have been great, and Trevor's done a good job punting it in ways that are hard to read for the men back deep.
10:28 left in the 4th. Valpo will be punting it down 7. Ball is in the air.
Kind of got under it.
And it's going to go out of bounds.
Right around the 38. So the Valpo defense comes back out in dire need of a stop, down by 7. But as Michigan City comes back onto the field, our player to watch, Trinison Hart, the Michigan City quarterback. He has been so good tonight. And the pair of picks haven't been great, but he's made up for it with multiple touchdowns tonight. A passing touch, 1 through the air and 1 on the ground. And
yeah, Hart is going to hand it off. A good cut inside, but will be broken down.
A lot of guys on this tackle.
Hart's at 191 passing yards tonight.
Yeah, he's been very solid, obviously. One just misfire and a little bit of an underthrow lead to the 2 picks, but obviously can't argue with a touchdown on the ground and a touchdown through the air for him.
Yeah, that'll be Demarion Evans on that. Thurman was not in that play, so it'll be 2nd and 12 now, a loss of 2. Let's see what Hart can do. Stepping back to throw, sees the open pocket. He's going to slide it for about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Another solid run for Hart.
Hart now we saw the 23 rushing attempts before this game. He has about 12 right now. So
yeah, he has 12 for 33 yards tonight.
Yeah,
that's
so
very
the
good.
Efficiency isn't great, but he's avoiding sacks, and he scored a touchdown on the ground. So it's been effective, and he's gotten yards when needed most.
3rd and 5 now. Valpo needs a stop. A right side for Thurman. He'll be taken down.
Captain Ben Fedorchak, huge, much-needed tackle, and he forces the 4th down and forces this Michigan City punt crew to come out.
Yeah, a hole opened up, a gap was seen, but Ben Fedorchak came in and just sat him down.
Yeah. Good tackle by Ben Fedorchak, who was our player to watch in the Penn game and one of those senior captains. With a huge play, the 2nd tackle on that drive, he made the tackle on the 1st down play.
Valpo's going to get the ball back, a great punt. It's going to be caught around the 20. Parisi finds a gap. He's still going, Parisi, all the way up to the 38.
Shen tackles, and it's a huge return up to the 38-yard line. Valpo gets a roar from the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to get them on their feet right there. Way to start at the 38, not the 20. A 17-yard return.
We'll go ahead and see what Valpo's offense, or what Valpo's able to do here now. Kellen so far has 119 passing yards tonight, so we'll see. Gage is only still at 25 rushing yards.
Valpo trying to find some life now. 1st down on their 38. They're going to give it to Finley, who goes up the middle for about 2 yards. 3 yards.
2nd and 7 incoming for the Valparaiso Vikings. A okay run for what they needed
and 7 for the Vikings.
Gage Finley has not been able to get through this front 7. As we've seen like last year, Thomas Berta would just break through, get about 4 or 5 yards after contact.
Yeah. But this is obviously a very hard defensive line to do that against when they're on you in the backfield on what feels like every play.
Finley's going to break through. We just talked about first down, but ball is out.
Yeah, there's no way he's not down on this one. I mean, the officials are talking about it. No, it's a fumble. It feels like this ball comes out very late. The officials don't question it, so it'll be another fumble and another Valparaiso turnover.
This crowd is shocked right now after that fumble.
I really can't believe this isn't called. He seemed down very.
I don't even know what.
But
hard
the
to
ball
say.
came out because it felt like he hit the ground and then it popped up from his force of hitting the ground. But obviously, no replay in high school football for the officials. So
7:37, Hart's going to hand it off, and it's going to be taken nowhere.
Michigan City can just take full advantage of this, whether the call was right or wrong, and just start lowering the time on the clock.
Yeah, boos and silence went throughout the crowd as right when that ball came out, there was a big gasp of air.
yeah, and I mean that's huge for Michigan City if they can take advantage and either put what would feel like a dagger touchdown or just run a lot of time off this clock.
Already run about 40 seconds off this clock so far. Let's see how much more they can take off.
2nd and 10 now. Hart looking back to pass. Looking left side. Caught McKinley at the 10, the 5. Michigan City touchdown. Using his height as an advantage.
Well, if you want to take advantage of a turnover, that's how you do it. Touchdown scored here. McKinney bursting up the seam, and he gets a huge, long touchdown for Michigan City. And they put in a very early dagger attempt right now. There's kind of all of the momentum that Valpo had kind of oozes away.
That's another Surf Internet touchdown for you. And 20 unanswered right now for Michigan City, 21 pending on if he makes the kick, which is up, and it's going to be blocked.
PAT is no good.
So,
Blocked by the Vikings.
27-14.
I think there's some sharks in the water at this point now, man. Like it's not looking good.
Yeah, I say one thing, and it seems like they're riding the ship, and then it all goes to pig swell for the Valparaiso Vikings. But
Hart on the night has 250 passing yards. McKinney with 59, or not 59, 59 on that play, 163 total.
And I was able to get a look back at the fumble. Gage Finley there was a defender under him, and the ball popped free. His knees never hit the ground, from what I could tell. So it actually seemed like a very good call from the officials. As we were proven wrong, the Viking fans upset with how this last couple minutes has went, and some fans heading towards the exits. Obviously, there's still time remaining. So,
if you remember that first time out, Valpo took 10-minute mark in the third quarter. That's really going to bite you now.
Yeah. When you need to come back from 2 scores, they got to make this. If they are managed to score right on this drive, they got to make it quick.
They did block that field goal, or that extra point.
Yeah, but it's still a 2-touchdown deficit, so they have to score, and they have to score quick because they really cannot afford to score under the 2-minute mark.
But luckily, Valpo does not have to go for a 2-point conversion if they do end up getting the 2 touchdowns.
They will not have to go for a Philly special this year.
Kick
so
is up.
far this year.
Well, squib kick now taken by Parisi, who's up at the 30-yard line. Has a gap to the 40, the 50.
Yeah, so another great return. Valpo's offense set up in a good situation. Can they manage to capitalize on good field position? That has kind of been the story. It feels like when this offense starts behind midfield, they have struggled to score.
Can they, instead of choke, stop themselves from drowning at this point, kind of? Let's just see what they're able to do here.
We have a little helmet knocked off, but we're going to take a little break here from play. But coming from...
Shoes are being tied, so...
Yeah. From the great returns that Valpo has seen, that one nearly was taken to the house. If he broke one more tackle or two, he would have been broken free. But starting around the 50.
A holding penalty will bring this one back.
I didn't even see the flag on the field.
It's getting moved back incredibly far.
How bad of a penalty was this?
Oh, it's a spot foul on kickoffs. So,
So much for good field position for Valpo. They're going to start
right back to the 23, 24-yard line. 24-yard line.
Did Whitehead ever announce it, though?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
He just did. His mic wasn't turned on, so the official didn't get it to the stadium, but he did make the signal.
First down, you see the 3 wideouts on the bottom of your screen. Hosek looking for a little screen pass to Lovick, who gets the outside. And that's going to be a good play for about 6, and definitely greater. He got out of bounds on that one.
That's a huge thing right here for Chase Lovick to be able to get out of bounds. Any clock stoppage right now is good for Valpo. They need to conserve as much time as possible on this drive if they want to have a chance to cut this if they want to make a comeback from down 2 scores.
6:39 remains in this game. Valpo down 13 after 20 unanswered from Michigan City. Hosek dropping back, scrambling out to the left on the throw or on the run to Parisi. First down and out of bounds. Only takes about 6 seconds off the clock.
So Jimmy Parisi's been great tonight. And another play that goes out of bounds. Valpo attacking the sideline right now, which is what we talked about. They have to do that, and they've done it with effectiveness on these first 2 plays. Well, right back to where they would have been if the Parisi return counted. So they just lose 20 seconds.
Which isn't harmful as much as you seem.
Yeah, could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. All the way up to the 50 now. Motion now by Bernard. Hosek to drop back. Downfield right side to Bernard. Caught it all the way to the 20. A great throw and a great catch.
This is what this offense can do when Kellen is throwing it with confidence and hitting his targets. A great ball to Sam Bernard. I thought the intended target was Troy Danzy. I didn't follow the ball through the air. Good job, Brody. This one, Bernard catches it, and it's a huge grab for the Valparaiso Vikings to go all the way down to the 24-yard line. And the clock doesn't stop on this one.
And that's Bernard's first reception of the night, 37 yards. Kellen has now made in his last 3 has made 3.
And we have a replay and this great sideline shot of Sam Bernard catching on the sideline, moving the chains for the Valparaiso Vikings.
Kellen now at 182 passing yards tonight.
A timeout of some sort was used.
It wasn't on Valpo. It doesn't look like it's on Michigan City. It might be an
official timeout maybe for the spot of the ball. So
looked like it was closer to the 20 then. Couldn't really tell because the players are lined up.
Well, I already wrote it down in pen, so
looks like
the play counts. There was a player.
It was an injury.
Yeah, he's coming off the field though. He's good.
That was the Avante Fields. But the clock starts back up now. 6:20. Valpo.
But obviously now they're in the close to the red zone. So
they're creeping.
There's a lot with 6 minutes of time. It didn't take them 4 minutes to get here. So the time not as valuable if Valpo can manage to punch it in. And timeout called to Michigan City. So early-ish timeout usages from both teams in the second half.
Yeah, looking to talk it over here, looking to stop Valpo in their tracks.
Due to Valpo using theirs so early, Michigan City kind of had a free one, kind of.
Well, not in that sense, but I think this is if we can shut them down here, it doesn't matter how many timeouts we have for post the 2-minute warning. And I think he's under the impression he's not going to need to really use all of his in this game.
A big thing for tonight is Michigan City has 3 penalties. Valpo has 10.
Yeah. Penalties have been really killer tonight.
And it's all season, really,
Yeah.
and last season. We just constantly see penalties for Valpo, causing major problems.
Yeah, and obviously this drive, it wasn't as of a killer as they're down to the 23, 24-yard line, but important set of downs coming for the Valparaiso Vikings.
Yeah, we saw Bernard on that catch. Very good over-the-shoulder catch right there. Gains a lot of momentum for Valpo, but after the timeout, a little bit of a break. Let's see how this Valpo offense continues to cook. Kellen dropping back on the pass on first down over the middle for Parisi. Breaks through. The defenders run into each other, and it's another Parisi touchdown. His second of the night, and Valpo is right back into this with 6 minutes. That touchdown is brought to you by Surf Internet.
What a play. Jimmy Parisi slipping the tackles. We got a replay of it. They run into each other again, and Parisi walks in freely for the touchdown, and the Valparaiso Vikings don't go away, so all of those fans are going to probably try to fight their way back in here.
Parisi with 2 touchdowns tonight, and Kellen as well has made 4 of his last passes.
Jump up front. This one should be encroachment again on Michigan City. That's what the call is. Yeah, jump from the D lineman. I think Valpo will decline it. You never want to change anything about a PAT attempt. Let them do it from where they practice every time. Obviously declined again. Danzian as the holder.
27-20 now. That missed extra point or blocked extra point is really hurting you if you're a Michigan City fan.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge kick for Faudner.
And it's good.
Right through. So now Valpo doesn't even have to see overtime. They're playing for the win now.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time.
Valpo now does scare off the Sharks. Let's see what they're able to do from here. Can they get the water out of the ship?
They're shoveling right now. The water is getting, it's making its way. It's evening out in the boat a little bit.
I got a good pun, but I should save it for later.
Not the lowest the water, not the highest the water level inside the boat has ever been. Let's say that.
Yeah,
Let's
but
put it that way.
there's
There's still a little bit.
Your socks are still wet.
Yeah.
Walking around.
Yeah. So now how can this defense answer? This is a huge drive for this Valpo defense, but they got to break. They have been good with after extended Valpo offensive drives. So little Enter Sandman plays as we kind of enter the closing parts of the fourth quarter.
Halfway through.
We're in the final 1/8 of this game.
And it has been a great one so far. 6 minutes separates a team going 2-0 in the DAC, but there's still plenty of time in this game.
Plenty of time for another Michigan City big play. I falsely said early dagger. Valpo didn't even run off a minute of time on that drive, so very impressive ability to move the football.
And
for
get
the
out of
Valparaiso
bounds.
Vikings. Yeah. Playing a huge part in them being able to save time.
Faudner on the kickoff, trying to get a little backspin on it. It's going to be caught around the 30, and good gang tackling.
The 35-yard line is, or 36-yard line is where they're going to mark this one. So I think Michigan City's only scored once following a Valpo score. So it'll be can they do that again, or will the defense with an extended break? Will the defense with an extended break be able to shut them down? And also, will Michigan City go back to the air? Because there only is a minute difference between when they last had it. Do they want to go for another dagger attempt on a deep touchdown, or do they try to run some clock? Obviously, there's still a lot of time to run off the clock.
Yeah, we saw with McKinney earlier in this quarter that touchdown using his height as such a great advantages.
And just speed on the outside. 4 on a side right now.
Since that Russian touchdown, they've only had -2 rushing yards, though.
Hart looking towards the right side. What are they going to mark it? They're going to roll it a catch. The chains are moving.
Aiden Needles in coverage. I just don't think he ever saw the football. And that is a huge play for the Michigan City Wolves. Collier on a little double move. Gets open, and Michigan City is in Valpo territory with a snap of a finger.
First down now on the 38. They are pushing field goal range, but 5:40 still.
This would not be field goal range for their kicker. They kicked it from 40 earlier, or 42 earlier, and it was short. So
he's gonna take it himself. Hart. It's gonna get thrown back, and that's not good for Michigan.
And there's
City.
that front seven. Valpo's front seven. If they're gonna want to win this game, they got to rely heavily on the front seven. That's been so good tonight and been able to keep them in this game. Here's another huge play by this defensive front 7 or 8, because Valpo does run a little bit of a 4-4, as we do get a replay on this one. A little good move from Hart to try to get shifty, but it ended up being all for nothing and off the edge. Valpo gets to him.
2nd down and 14 now on Valpo 42. 4:50 left. The Wolves are up 27-21, and he drops it. Collier drops the ball, stops the clock, and it's 3rd and 12, 14 now.
That's the perfect outcome for Valpo right here. You get a drop on a 3rd down, and Cities has shown no intent to run in these later stages. I would fully expect them to put this ball in the air again. If Valpo can force an incompletion, they'll stop the clock too. So, I mean, would you want to run it just to lower the amount of time Valpo has? It doesn't seem like they're going to.
I mean, since that rushing touchdown, they've had -6 rushing yards.
3rd down at 14. Pressure coming for Hart. Rolling out to the right side on the run. It's going to be no good, I believe. Let's see what they do. He was hit in the middle of the air. They're moving the chains. He might be short.
He's short because he hit out of bounds short. So, but it's 4th and 1. I'd love to get another look at this one because I can't. It seems like, if anything, his body would have hit out of bounds first, but I have no way of actually knowing.
Talking to the sideline. Big 4th and 1 here. If you're any fan of these two teams, biggest 4th down of the game.
One of the biggest plays of the game right now. It is a catch.
4th down, trying to stop. It's going to be close.
Oh.
They're waving it in.
Yeah, the sticks might have to come out.
Fans are waiting. It's quiet. It's eerie. Fedorchak pumping his fist. And it's going to be Valpo ball. Valpo is going to get it back. And
wow.
This place is electric.
What a stand. I can't tell you how important that tackle is on the sideline, because Collier caught that one past the sticks but was brought back by the Valpo coverage, and then not a goal line stand, but a stand on the 1st down marker, and Valpo's got it back with plenty of time.
4:18, 2 timeouts.
And the 2-minute warning, so they have 3 time stoppages.
I mean, it seems most of the water's out of the ship at this point now. Let's see if they can go ahead and get it going now.
Trips at the bottom of your screen now. Hosek on 1st down. He's going to hand it off to Finley. He's going to get about 3 yards there, maybe 2. It's Cooper Gear. We haven't seen much of Finley this 2nd half.
Yeah, he hasn't been on the field a ton, and this is still a positive gain for Valpo. They move. They needed this, and they're going a little bit of hurry-up action.
They got 4 yards on that. You see trips again at the bottom of your screen. 2nd and 6, motion by Lovig. Hosek to drop back to pass. We see Parisi outside, catches it at the 50, a little juke move, and gets him out of bounds. The throw was very slow, and the entire crowd, as you hear as the throw is up, quiet.
Kellen skied this one.
The pressure came in.
Pressure came, and he skies this one, but Jimmy has no one near him, and Parisi's able to, you'll just watch him track this one like a punt returner, and he makes a 1st down grab, and Jimmy Parisi again in a clutch moment delivers.
So all the routes collide in. Parisi with the out, easily wide open. No one near, but 1st down now. Michigan City territory. Hosek to Gear. He's going to get about 2 yards, goes out of bounds, 3:30.
Number 23, Cooper Gear.
So maybe a yard only. He does get out of bounds, so the clock stops, because there was a lot of kind of gap between those 2 plays because of how big it was by Parisi, but
Kellen, his last 5 pass attempts have all been completed. He's 5 for 5 his last 5 attempts.
And he's throwing it with confidence, which is what it was kind of shaky there early, and this is when Valpo's their best, is when Kellen can throw it with confidence.
3:30 now, 2nd and 9. See motion from Lovick at the top of your screen. Hosek right side to Vennard, but it's going to be out of bounds.
And I jinxed it.
So they ran the exact same route concept. They ran on the Jimmy Parisi catch, at least on the left side, where Chase Lovick motions in, and then Jimmy's the one who breaks toward the sideline, and Jimmy was open again. So very interesting that Kellen did not look the same direction as the play that just worked. So now it's important time for Valpo.
Yeah, watch for that middle screen in the middle part of your screen. Parisi in motion to the right side now. Him and Bernard. Hosek drops back to pass over the middle. Caught by Chase Lovick. First down, Valpo.
Leaping
3:20.
grab, and we mentioned it in the pregame. And when Valpo played Penn, if there was a third down catch, it felt like it was always Chase Lovick moving the chains. Tonight he's done it twice. Obviously, Parisi's been the hero of sorts for the Valpo wide receiver core. But Chase Lovick, his 2 third down catches have been huge for this Valpo offense. And Devin, it might just be the bottom of the foot that's feeling water right now.
I mean, I think my socks are dry now.
3 minutes. Hosek looking right side of Bernard. A little push off. There's a flag on the field. It might be.
See, Michigan City, the defender fell, but I think it's because he's trying to hold Bernard. So I think this one will be on Michigan City. And everybody kind of waits for the call.
It would be very surprising to see if it go offensive PI right here, because it might seem as Bernard may push off of the defender.
I mean, Johnny, you talk about Lovick with the third down conversion. He's got 95 receiving yards tonight. He's been good,
he's
just
very good.
Receiving as well. 30. He had the 30-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Pass interference defense now. That's going to half the distance of the foul.
It's a 15-yard
Yeah.
penalty, so we got a replay. Yeah, just kind of he trips him up when he falls. So this is very interesting, and we're getting all the drama and at Viking Field again.
Johnny, the holes are patched in the ship.
2:57 left. Hosek drops back to pass. Looking left side as Jimmy Parisi wide open. It's going to be taken down just short of the first down, but they have been almost immaculate here in the red zone, and they continue their dominance.
Yeah, Jimmy Parisi, what a game. This is unreal.
117 receiving yards.
From Jimmy
and 9.
Parisi with 2 touchdowns, and unreal what he's been able to do. So
student section starting to get up. 2:25 to go. He did not get out of bounds there.
But that's fine for Valpo right now. They are actually kind of trying to run down the clock a little bit.
2nd and 4. Hosek drops back to pass. Has Gear. A risky ball to throw. Maybe looking to get the penalty thrown out there.
So now Valpo, 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. It'll be interesting to see how they handle this, because they have to get this one under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
From the way it feels. So
it's 3rd and 3.
The kicker's not an option. You don't want to make a one-score game a one-score game. It doesn't do anything for you, because a touchdown takes the lead. So there's no point in even attempting a field goal.
3rd and 4, 2 minutes
2 more
and 11.
downs at least.
Hosek is going to take it himself up the middle. That's a first down most likely.
And that's going to be a first down. Where the far judge is, the sticks are getting moved. It's first and goal. Kellen Hosek in the red zone tonight has put his body on the line time after time, and it works out huge. First down at the 6 for the Valparaiso Vikings.
Johnny, the ship's starting to move now. It's catching. The sails are going.
The front 7 for Michigan City has started to collapse now as the line is starting to crumble. Let's see what Valpo can do.
Well, it's because Valpo, the way this passing attack has gone has opened up this run game.
Minute 40 now. Motion by Gear. Fumble on the snap, but Hosek recovers. That's your best.
Gear. That's Gear that they bring in the freshman, and he fumbles the snap. And it's a costly mistake that with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, some sort of timeout called.
See, why do you go to the freshman here in when the game is on the line.
We scored a touchdown last week, so they're kind of trying to catch them off surprise. Marshall takes risks. Why would you go for 2 points in overtime against your biggest rival? If you don't get it, you lose. It works out. This is the trade with these aggressive head coaches.
Yeah, timeout
here. Devin, but it is a very interesting decision. I don't really get why you take it out of Kellen's hands with the way he's played.
He's got 245 passing yards. He's got 33 rushing yards.
And Valpo uses one of those timeouts because the previous play led to the 2-minute warning. Yeah. Should have mentioned that. That one's on us. So we're down to 1:30 seconds left.
So you got one timeout to Valpo left to use to stop the clock.
Yeah. With 1:30 though, and where they're at, that obviously that is plenty of time. Like with the one timeout.
Ball is moved back a yard now. It's gonna be 2nd and goal.
That's a way back. That's
2nd and 16 if you're looking at
it's
it.
2nd goal from the 16. This is not at all where Valpo wanted to be.
Hosek drops back, pressure on the right side as Parisi drops it.
Couldn't see both. He is right on the edge of the sideline and was worried more about getting the feet in, lost side of the ball. This is just a hard catch.
If you're Valpo here, you're looking not to really score, but you wanna get most of the chunk of the yards.
You have to get a positive gain here for Valpo.
It's gonna be timeout. Looks like Michigan City most likely.
The ship is still dry, but the wind has stopped. They're in a standstill right now.
Yeah, Michigan City timeout now. 1:25. You're Valpo. What Johnny said, you got to get a positive gain here. If you don't, it's not looking good.
You don't want to have a 4th and 16 because they can sit everybody at the goal line, and that makes that nearly impossible to pull off.
And really quick, if you were not here with us at the very beginning, one of my keys to the game was writing the ship. That is why we're making all these ship references. So just to let everyone know, that is why we're talking about the Vikings.
The Viking ship.
3rd down. We've seen it all game. Chase Lovig.
Is it Parisi? Who does Valpo go to?
So many options
on 3rd and
here.
16.
Who can captain this ship?
Third and 16, 3rd and goal. However you want to say it. Hosek looking over the middle. Out of the hand, had his man open.
Hit the ground. The intended target was Troy Danzy, who's streaking wide open in the end zone. He just missed him, and they don't get positive yards. Game on the line. The final timeout used by Valpo, it has to be because if you don't score here, it's over. So what does Marshall draw up out of the timeout?
The problem is they lost 6 yards on the 1st down by going to the freshman there.
Yeah, which obviously, Kellen, that throw, Kellen spikes it, and he's got a guy wide open in the end zone. So there's decisions in every football game, and a couple are haunting the Vikings right now, but they're in need of a miracle.
The Wolves are ready to eat now. 4th down. This is the biggest play of the game for both sides of the ball. It's getting pretty hype in the stadium.
A little more nervous. You're looking at all these Valpo fans. Everyone's leaning, biting their nails. We're down the last minute and 19 seconds of this football game.
Brody, if these Vikings reach shore, they might get attacked by the Wolves here. We'll have to see.
And the crowd comes to their feet behind their Vikings.
Trips at the bottom of your screen. 4th and 16, 4th and goal, however you want to say it, 21-27. Valpo's down on 4th down. Hosek rolling out. Right side to Parisi. Over the hands. And Michigan City will take over.
And the Viking ship has hit some rocks in the water.
No timeouts, but Valpo had to use them. They only had 2 anyway.
It's taking on a lot of water right now.
It was kind of there. Parisi had to lay out for it. He overthrows him a little bit. And just 2 misfires on a 3rd and 16 and then a 4th and 16.
This is not the outcome you wanted as a Valpo fan, player, coach, but it's the momentum that you needed.
Yeah, it is huge for them that they saw the game out of Kellen. Obviously, there's these misfires down the stretch, but overall, Kellen played a very good game. Even his interception was just a very good play by Fields. But Michigan City, they're going to be able to go straight into victory formation and kneel this one a couple of times.
We saw the disappearance of Gage Finley. We will try and see what happened.
Yeah, very interesting to see. Kind of an absence
After
of
the
him.
fumble.
Yeah.
But Michigan City in victory formation now. They're going to kneel this one. Valpo moves to 1-3 as Michigan City moves to 3-1, 2-0 in conference. The DAC, they are looking as a great turnaround season from last year.
Yeah, and on the Michigan City front, how confident do you have to feel for your sectional right now?
Yeah.
Laporte, as Devin mentioned, and we mentioned, Valpo beat Laporte 28-0 last week. They beat Chesterton 30-13, and then they come to Valpo's field and they beat them. And they beat them on their home turf. Has to feel so good for a team that plays them in the sectional.
And Michigan City runs off the field now. Valpo fans in shock. The Michigan City fans who traveled all this way are very happy.
And they are running off the field
As you see
in
McKinney.
celebration. Everything just kind of, I mean, all they want in a football game. We almost see a 13-point comeback. We're on the edge of our seats till the 1 minute mark.
And
a great game, but the Vikings ultimately come up short, but the Wolves prevail, and a great win for them. And you talked about it, 2-0 in the conference. They already have the advantage over Maryville at this point. They beat Valpo, who's one of those other top-tier teams in the DAC. Michigan City, look out. Obviously, Crown Point's a buzzsaw, but
yeah, it's just Valpo, I know this one's going to sting, this one's going to hurt, but at the end of the day, this is a very good game to work off of, to watch film about. These are two very good teams that are really going to fight for it later this year when the postseason comes around. So don't be really mad about this game, but just learn from it, and that's all you got to do if you're Valpo.
But the Wolves are going to be heading home with full stomachs due to having some nice dinner of devouring the Vikings tonight.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, as you talked about, there's strides. This offense looked a lot better. And once again, it's one of those situations where when your defense has to be on the field, when the offense struggles so much. And obviously, the secondary has kind of been the letdown of the Valparaiso Vikings. They made a couple huge interceptions tonight, but that touchdown on the go route to McKinney, it ended up being the separator, and it was just a simple go route, and McKinney flies by. Like, Brody, we've talked about his height all night, but that one was just speed, and they don't give him enough cushion with no safety help back there, and McKinney able to score the game-sealing touchdown and the separator in this one.
Yeah, Tristan Hart had a very good game outside of the two picks, but McKinney just was so dominant and was such a resurgence to this offense that was starting to struggle at the end of the first half. And then you just saw it pick up just because of him and Thurman just getting those 4-yard plays.
Yeah, this is just a good win for Michigan City. Like they've been in a similar boat to Valpo where they've played like out of the spectrum teams. They've played a team that's kind of in the lower end. Like Chesterton has struggled to start the year. Obviously, it's a good program, so a good win no matter when you can beat Chesterton.
And Hart on the night finishes 9 for 23 with 289 passing yards.
9 completions is absolutely absurd.
Wait, I think.
Yeah, Valpo here. We saw a lot of resurgence from the wide receiver core. We saw Sam Bernard go off for that play. We saw Chase Lovig on third downs consecutively gaining those first downs, and it was very good. And we saw Parisi too with the 2 touchdowns. That's definitely Valpo's offensive player of the game.
Let me make it was 14-23. Just make correction really quick, but for Hart there, his completion rate. But overall, Hart had a really good game, but player of the game,
I have Jair McKinley.
Yeah,
McKinney.
McKinney had a great game, 163 receiving yards, 6 completions to him.
Yeah, 3 receptions. McKinney was unreal tonight. Like it was throw it up to him. He's going to go get that.
Yeah.
Go get the ball, or he's just going to run a streak and he's going to blow by you. I think our player to watch, his performance, having that separating touchdown, obviously a great ball from Hart, but McKinney just unreal tonight.
If you're Michigan City, this is a statement win going into next week where you have to play Maryville. You're going in there.
That's a big game.
Yeah,
you're going in there at home, so you're with your home crowd going against Maryville. It's going to be a very good game in the region. Both very good teams.
Yeah, I mean, and at the point of the conference, as we talked about, Maryville's got a loss. Michigan City doesn't yet, and like.
If Michigan City can get this win off of Maryville, it's going to be a very.
It's going to be a tight race between them and Crown Point, obviously. But I mean, Valpo gets to go play their heated rival Chesterton in the Campbell Meridian Cup next week. So that'll be a very fun game for both these two teams.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Michigan City's final game is Crown Point.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's their last game.
And that could be
Crown Point.
It could be Crown Point
October
versus
17th.
Michigan City for the conference. But on the more important end, and we have Andrew with Coach Cody French.
Thanks, guys. Given how cold, to the clutch up.
Proud of our guys, you know. Everybody's opinion about our city and our football team, and in years past, in situations, those are hard games to win for us. You know, we tell our guys all week in these games, the team's waiting for us to make mistakes, and we had the opportunity to make mistakes in that second half that we didn't make. You know, they go down, take the lead, we go down, tie it up, get the lead back, and then we can't get the first down on 4th and 1. Their D-line's played well tonight. And then our defense is able to get off the field. So just proud of our guys responding to adversity time and time again. Hope we grow from that.
Nice. What did you look to exploit in Valpo's defense?
We might have to play him again, so I'm going to limit my answer there. We felt like every team we play, we feel like we have a chance to take advantage of them on the perimeter. So that was our game plan. We figured running the ball between the tackles would be tough sledding, and it was. Valpo is so well coached in all 3 phases. Their staff does an unbelievable job. So for us, we know that to win a game like this, you have to come out and take it. If you let them hang around, it's risky, and we're able to come out on top either way.
Very nice. Totally understandable. And last question for you. What do you look forward to for the rest of the season?
Right now I'm excited to celebrate this win with our kids first and then with my wife and son, and we'll get back to work tomorrow. You know, the nice thing about this conference is you got to get ready for the next game every week. Valpo's going to work from this and keep getting better. We have to do the same thing because we got Maryville next week, and that's been a tough game for us as well.
All right. Very nice. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you
for
very
the rest
much.
of the season.
Thank
of course.
you.
All right. And we're back.
Yeah, I mean, very good answers from Coach French, and his team went out there and got a win. They limited mistakes in the 4th quarter. They made less mistakes in the 4th quarter that allowed the win. I mean, we tried to get his game plan. Obviously, he didn't want to share, which makes sense. These two teams meet in the sectional, and
this would be a very good sectional rematch.
And I was trying to get to that point before we went to the break. Obviously, every team wants to win the conference, but your goal is to win a postseason game. And Michigan City being able to just look like the top dog out of this sectional right now, they have to be so happy about that. Obviously, you still got a conference to worry about, but this is shaping up to be one of the better sectional matchups in Indiana.
Yeah, great game. Obviously, we can't know for sure what their game plan was, but based on how much the ball was in the air tonight, we can kind of take a guess on what the idea was. But great game tonight. Anything else, Brody? I just have,
Once Valpo's defense starts getting healthier and gets going, I think they're going to be a really good team. They're going to be really hard to beat, especially if this offense starts to pick right back up where they left off this week.
And we will be back in 2 weeks for the homecoming game, Valparaiso versus Maryville, so that'll be a fun one. Thank you to our entire crew, all of our everyone working at camera tonight, our producers, our TDs. Thank you to everyone. I am Johnny Clumpy.
I'm Brody Kosiero.
I'm Devin Alsman.
And it has been a great honor tonight.